Alright. Hello everyone. So today we'll be talking about welcome back to VLR U Listening. This will be the APAC and Americas episode 3. Today we for the guests we have Hades, Elysim, and Math Material for both sections. And yeah, if you're interested in joining any future podcasts or joining the roster, whether it be getting news, please join the Discord server. We will have a rotating roster where we're always inviting new people. Alright. So let's just get straight right into it. Everyone, okay. So right now we're going to be talking about the first few games played, and then we'll go into our America's Pick'ems. So the games played was first G2 versus Furia. Anyone got any opinions about that?
Yeah,
And
again, we saw a good showing
you
from
go, you go.
Furia. Okay, we saw a good showing from Furia, at least on the attack half. I think the main reason of that is he'd been comfortable playing that clove. He's just taking his timing. He doesn't, even if he does die, right? He still has util to play afterwards. So that the freedom that that provided him, the clove provided him, it did wonders for the team. They were able to just take timings, make pushes. They had a lot of util. They're running the the EDG comp from champs, and I think this comp was perfect for this team to do some damage. And this level of freedom we don't see in other comps. They have him playing hard Sentinel. Sure, Sentinel has freedom, but he still has to be confined by where the team has to go. So if they can figure out their roles a bit more, maybe we can see them being good at few more maps as well.
I think this showing from Furia at least stops them from being at least the very bottom of Americas, but I don't think it's enough to put them anywhere where we should be expecting them to be anywhere near the top. Definitely a good showing against G2, but I feel like G2 was also having a bit of a sleeper series at the beginning.
Yeah, could make playoffs.
Yeah.
Elysium, what do you
I
think?
wouldn't. I wouldn't think too much of it because like G2 usually just starts slow, so it's not the first time that they've had to come back from.
Yeah, I mean, I think like the big thing is the 8-0, like Furia 8-0 start, but I think that's just G2 getting back from Bangkok, like less prep, less time. And I feel like if anything, this just makes me feel a bit better for Furia because this means they can like at least get rounds. Like they weren't looking pretty, they weren't using that much util, like that not that much good strats, but at least they can shoot. They're playing Viper, right? Third best Viper on his team, by the way. You have Demon 1 on Omen when you could just be playing Aster, which Demon 1 is very good on. And he's good on Omen. I think it's like his second game on Omen. You have King Yoru. By the way, before this game, King on Yoru, 8 games played. That's not on VLR. That's on ranked. He has 8 ranked games played on Yoru. 0 on VLR before today. Like, it makes no sense whatever, like whatsoever. So many people on this team are so flexible, and now you have Rossi as well who can IGL. So if you want King to play Duelist, but the comps they're playing, the roles they're picking, make no sense whatsoever. Like even if we look at the next map, like Demon 1 Viper, right? Like there are 4 people on his team that can play Viper better than him. This is a Jet map. Demon 1 Jet, 1 Champs, Champs MVP. You're not putting him on Jet. You're putting King on Yoru, who's never played Yoru before. Like I don't know what the fuck they're cooking. I think whatever they're cooking, it needs to stop. And like they have so many flexible players, and they somehow manage to find worst possible roles for all of them.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it was disappointing showing. I'm not very confident in the coaching staff for Lev anymore. I think for MIBR, this is the signs were okay. Like they didn't play it too bad, but I wouldn't be too impressed by MIBR's performance. So I think.
You Aspas, you didn't need Aspas or Verno for that matter to top frag for them to win. Sure, it was against a struggling Leviathan, but still, it's good to see that Cortesia and Xenom can also pull their weight when needed. Also, Leviathan, it's like they just copied the meta comp, have zero understanding of how it works. We're not seeing any aggressive defaults on any size. They just let's copy the comp, we'll figure it out later. They never figured it out. I don't know why. Like what the coaching staff is smoking. It just looks shit. Absolute shit. There's nothing more I can add to that.
Elysium?
I mean, it's the roles are kind of fucked, but like in Lev's favor, even though I think they're gonna be terrible, in Lev's favor, that first half on Icebox, Demon One was low-key cooking Viper. It like at least on Icebox, it didn't look as much as a role issue as it just did. Like they were just kind of lost with that. I mean, that could be a role issue. Like nobody's comfortable in their agent, so but also just they could figure it out. I feel like that's more just a fun don't know how to like just play. I guess on Icebox, they just all kind of sucked at it. Besides Tex, I mean, it's telling that the only guy who did good on defense was Tex, and he was on Sentinel.
Yeah.
I think like if we just talk about MIBR as well, because we've been talking about Liv. I think MIBR they played decently. They didn't play I think amazingly, but they did play pretty good. Aspas was kind of having a stinker, but they still won, which I think is a very good sign for them. I think Verno played really well, and his teammates have been talking really highly of him, so I think that's also a very good sign. Um, I've seen like some of the calm stuff, and like the calm stuff, like from an outside perspective, it looks very messy, but somehow they make it work. Um, so I think like it's just good signs for MIBR.
All right.
Aspas just go kill.
In
Aspas.
conclusion, Lev are shit.
I think
Yeah, Aspas.
we don't need Aspas to go kill for every game now. At least from that's what they showed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got Artson now. Artson, the fragging IGL.
Artson? Huh?
Bro, Artson is him.
No, he's not.
He is. Come on.
Lying. We're just lying now.
Bro,
Lying.
Artson is him, bro. Went 41 and 33 plus 8.
Yeah, going against a terrible team. Why
Did
are
you
we
not see his
shocked?
raised judge on split?
Who did they play next?
Yeah.
Who do?
They play.
Cloud9.
Cloud9.
Or
Yeah,
they
they
play
should.
G2?
They did one. Wait, did they play G? Yeah, no, they do play G2. You're looking too far ahead. They play G2, which they're probably going to lose.
Oh,
We'll
yeah,
talk about
okay.
that in the pick'em section.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
So-
Aspas life game. They could win.
No,
Oh wait, are we talking about? Oh, I thought we were talking about Lev. My fault.
Anyways,
Oh, yeah.
we're gonna be talking about the two best teams in America right now. EG versus 2G.
Let's go.
So, any thoughts?
Yeah. Oh, it was just a sad game to watch. What was Laz thinking? Like, he should have won that clutch against EA. That's all I have to add. They looked good. They had good ideas. They were, they were pressuring A a lot, or at least on Haven. On defense, they were pressuring A. They were re-clearing it. They had good protocols. Like, they looked like a solid team. Both teams, played all right. It's nothing high level, but it was good stuff. Even from a lower level team like them, but they should have won Haven. I'm just disappointed they didn't. A few
Elysium?
rounds that EG just clutched out.
I think
Yeah.
You guys remember like 2022, how they went 0-9. I feel like 2G is gonna be kind of like that. They probably go winless or like maybe win one game, but like a lot of their games or like at least one map are gonna be close. They might win a map or they might like go. They probably are gonna
Yeah.
be terrible. Like the like 0-5 or 0-6 whatever they go, it's not gonna tell the whole story. But apart from 2G, I liked what I saw from Ye. I mean, Ye is still kind of washed, but highest rated America, so you see he cooked.
That's
So from my opinion, I think 2G, at least they showed a better self than they did in kickoff. A little bit more confidence. I feel like, I think that 2G first of all they broke their map record on stage 1, so that's always a good sign. They were getting a bit hyped. I saw a little bit of energy from them, so I think it's improving a lot, right? But like I think it's still a very bad showing. I think who did they play against? EG, right? Yeah. So EG, they also played an awful defense. They just kept trying to retake, and they were just unable to half the time. And then every single time, I felt like 2G are gonna win a round. They just instantly throw the advantage away, and then I don't know, like EG just like one of their players just gets a 3K and wins the round. It felt very individualized. it felt very poor game quality in general. I feel like the macro wasn't there for any of these teams. But I feel like for 2G, it's a better showing. It's an upward hill, right? They can only go up from now, right? While I look at EG, where there's like it's just disappointing from what they've shown. I mean, you expect them to be somewhat decent,
Yeah.
and then they played very close to the worst team in Americas, possibly the worst in franchising.
Yeah, I mean, like as for me, I think EG, like I think their Haven has definitely got to change. They like leaned into the Waylay. I feel like all of the teams right now are making the mistake of leaning into Waylay when she's shit. Um, and like I don't really like their Lotus comp that much. I don't really like Ye and Clove. I feel like he didn't really have as much impact as he would have if he was on Cypher or something. But I feel like Potter is a good enough coach where like they can still fix things and things can still change. And as for 2G, I feel like this gave me more hope for them. I mean, it's hard not to have like more hope after their abysmal kickoff performance, but well, it's hard to have hope now after what happened with
Yeah.
Zap. So if we
Yeah,
can bring that up,
yeah. Let's
Zap
bring up
rage quit on him.
let's let's bring up Zap because Zap there was
Yeah.
a little bit of a unfortunate.
Let's say a lot. Yeah. So let's if you're unaware, apparently this was leaked by multiple reliable people in the Brazilian scene that
I think it's
Zap.
confirmed now.
Yeah, it's confirmed, but like some of like the finer details weren't like talked about by like the official statement.
Different
But
clip.
apparently, Zap crashed out during a scrim and got really mad. And he started calling people idiots. He started yelling at, or like he and the coaching staff or the manager staff fought. He left and he said he quit. He's gonna go back to Brazil and make a game or something like that. Then later in the, I don't know how long after, but he came back and he tried to apologize and they like he wants back in, but managers and the staff are like, no, you can't. Now Zap's gone from 2G.
Yeah,
I did not see this
It's-
coming.
That's a tough loss. Like that's why
I-
with this clip, it just I think this was shown on Platchard as well. This is during Ascension finals against All Night. They lost they
Tá
choked the
ligado?
9
Eu não
lead.
quero você
Yeah.
pra baixo.
And it's just
Quero vocês pra cima, alegre, sorrindo.
it just shows what he
bem, pra
brought to the
frente.
table,
Quando a
as
gente tá
as an
perdendo,
IGL,
que a
as a
gente
leader,
tava
as that
meio
vibes that
abalado,
like the emotional maturity that this guy had. So losing a player like this, it's going to be a tough loss. You could still have a bit of hopium for 2G. Spike can come back. Maybe they can upset some teams like Furia, or they could have done something for stage 2. It's just
It's a,
I think it's also
disappointing.
I think it's also very telling that Zap always seemed like, especially like he was the one hyping up his players, especially his young players. He was talking to them. Like he was like basically the heart of the team. And if he crashes out and says that all his players are shit, and that he wants to go make a new team, like, what does that say about the players? Because like I think that says something about Zap's mental. Quite obviously, like that he doesn't have very good mental, maybe. Like and like I guess
think that's
cope
the
with
issue.
losses. But I mean, if like he, at least from what we have seen from the outside, he seems like a very passionate person, a very person that's like very supportive, especially of his young players. And to see him like crashing out like this and like basically like saying like all his players are shit, like I feel like that just like spells doom for the team. Like I don't even think if they get spikes back, they'll be able to do something unless they make like drastic changes.
yeah.
it's not like it does much though. I mean, it just turns a bottom team to they just stay bottom. If I'm being honest, he's not even like he's one of the worst rated players right now.
I mean, he did play
Maybe-
the best versus EG.
He played fine. I
Well,
think he's
yeah,
a
but he
top
also
five,
Yeah, no,
played-
he's better than LZ. He's usually better than, or like he wasn't better than Silence, but he's been playing better
wait, what
than
do
Silence.
you said?
Gobert.
You said usually better.
like,
Versus Furia, he was 18 and 30. Versus Crew, he was 10 and 27. He's been the worst rated, besides only Prize on one game.
I'm talking about like their kickoff or their Ascension run. I mean,
There's sense.
He
I
was
mean,
one of
that's
their
tier
better
2
players.
though. That's tier 2 though.
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. But like, I don't know. Here, you go on.
Huh? Oh,
I think yeah, no,
Like I feel like
the map against EG. I think he was one of the reasons he had quite a few clutches, right? 2 clutches, I'm sure, and they played well. I think partly because of him. So it's not like he was a terrible player. I think he was still, pulling his weight even as an IGL. So again, tough loss for the team. And I think it does change a few things for the team. You could still have a bit of hope, like I said, that they can sneak into playoffs for stage 2 with Spike, and it just it's all gone. They've solidified themselves as like a bottom 12 team,
I think another
maybe the worst team in franchising.
thing is you're in search for like a Brazilian IGL now, right? And
Yeah,
that's
I
really
think
tough to
they're
find
gonna
right
probably
now.
get Nauser.
Yeah,
I mean, Nauser's available.
Nauza is available,
Yeah.
yeah, but you have to
They might promote
reignite the
someone
team.
from their academy team or something. I don't know.
I
I
just
feel
don't
like
think
no matter
Brazil.
what,
Brazil just does not have a lot of talent to choose from. Like their good
like
players are
all their
good, but the
talent is too
majority of them
spread
are just
out.
kind of mid. Spread out.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like
Spread out.
in EMEA, their best prospects are in EMEA.
Oh yeah.
Their best IGL is in. Oh well, he's Argentinian, but like he's IGL for Brazil, so Sadik.
I mean, at this point, you just
That's what
get
they
like a
need.
sub for 2-3 games and get Spike back in, right? He's about to turn 18.
Turns 18 in June, I think.
He's gonna turn in June. He'll
Which
be
is
back for Split
June?
2, but he won't
Split
be for Split 1.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I've given up on this team. But I'm done though.
Yeah, no, this team is just. It reminds me of DFM from 2023. I don't think they're gonna do anything
Yeah.
at all.
Okay, let's move on then. Let's talk about the most hyped up matchup ever in Americas, but also seemingly a little overrated now. 100T versus Sen.
Yeah, 100 Thieves. They played awfully. Not gonna lie. Like I think Sunday played like pretty good, but 100 Thieves of old is gone.
Yeah.
I feel like,
The-
especially that like before we even get to Split, like Pearl they got destroyed on, and they kept having the correct read. Like this is one thing I will like compliment them on Pearl, is that Bustio or like whoever it was, they had the correct read often, but they just constantly were over pushing and were like throwing away rounds that they should have won. I feel like part of that is part of Austin and Neon. I feel like he gets them in a lot of like places where they can win. At the same time, he also overheats way too much. And I don't know, Cryo on Euro just did not look good. I think that's his first game on Euro. It was not good at all. Then
feel
as
like-
for Haven, oh yeah, here you go, you go.
I feel like Asuna wasn't overheating as much this game as you're saying. I like
I
he
mean,
was
I feel
overheating
like
for
he-
sure, but at the
feel
start
like-
of rounds, like 100 Thieves were getting into winning positions, and then it was just like them closing it out. Like their mid rounding was fine, apart from some
Yeah,
rounds.
no.
It was just closing it out.
I feel like it was less of like Asuna's over like I'm not saying he was individually overheating. I think they all like threw away like advantages. Like I can't get the Boostio round out of my head. I think they
Oh, yeah.
I forget what round it was, but basically Asuna had like a perfect flank and he flanked and he got 2, and then he ran back and they were in a perfect like 5v3 or 5v4, I forget. And Boostio just decides to walk out mid by himself and they lose the round off that.
Oh yeah, I remember
no
that.
reason for
It was
them
on
to do
Pro,
that.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it
was
was Pearl.
Pearl. I think it was round 5 or 6.
Yeah.
I know, like it's just rounds like that. They'll start really good and then they'll just toss. It's like they did it on Split too. Like a lot of Sen's rounds on Split were just clutches or like just huge rounds. Like 100 Thieves started up a lot of the
Yeah.
rounds. Or like we're in a better position. It's just they can't close it out.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
played
That's where-
terribly, but it's like it wasn't as bad as of a 13-1 as you would imagine. Like it was pretty bad,
Yeah.
but they could.
It was
rounds.
I think the main problem was Cryocell Sage. There was
Oh, yeah.
I have this stat. Cryocells used heal 3 times. Entire match.
3?
Twice were in the same 3 times. Twice were to heal himself, and twice were in the same round.
That's mad. What?
Cryo has,
Yeah. Spot
Cryo
off.
has
Just,
played Sage
like,
before, right?
Oh, dude, I would say there was a really funny round.
he played Sage on Split before.
There was a really funny round where I think Cryo, where a guy dies like early mid, and they refuse to res him for like the first 30 seconds.
Oh my god, yes. And then they finally res him and they both die.
Yes. Oh, was.
Yeah, I feel like this was like I feel like Sen did play well, but this was more of just like 100 views, just not playing well at all.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to give up on this team yet though, because we know they can do good. I think just
I feel
start
like
playing with the
yeah.
meta and they can do something.
I mean, like I think they're just playing like the wrong stuff. Like I feel like if you go back to Split, right? If you put Cryo on Astra, which is an agent he's played really well in Split before, and then you put like Xander on Viper, that's like a popular comp that people are using, right? Like I feel like they could
Yeah.
find really good success with that. Like their Haven, like it wasn't amazing, but like it was still pretty good. Cryo fried on ISO, right? Like their Pearl, like I feel like Cryo Yora doesn't make sense. Like there's a chamber comp. G2 plays chamber on Pearl. It's one of the best Pearls in the world. You have Cryo, one of the best chambers. Put him on chamber, please. No, like
I mean, yeah, that's what we need,
it's
right?
just
Just chamber, bring back old players, put Ye
yeah.
on chamber, put Try on chamber. Watch
I'm
them
not even.
fight.
I'm not even like Asuna played Yora before, and it wasn't like horrible. Like I remember he played it like in the match of the century versus Sen in 2023. It wasn't like awful, you know. Like I'm sure he could play well on it, but like they have like this is something like I've seen like with a lot of different teams where I don't know why they're picking specific comps when we can't see inside the scrim room. Like maybe this is the best comp for them. Like there are other comps that are also meta that might even be better than the comps they're currently running that suit their players more. I don't know what's going on.
All right, then let's talk about
Yeah.
the next game then. NRG versus Furia.
Which happened today.
Yes, this is a game today that happened.
I,
Amazing match, by the way. It was such a wonder to see FNS second frag on Lotus.
Yes.
It was like seeing a unicorn.
FNS Henry Name Labs. He was actually pretty good this game.
He's been good. He was good last game too. Like he wasn't like good, but like he was good for his standards.
Yeah, sure. I think that first of all, this is pretty disappointing for Furia. NRG have just been like knocked down and down. You would really want to win against NRG now. Like this is the best time you could have faced them, and you lose, right? So it's gonna be a very disappointing loss for Furia. I think this is, especially after you come so close against beating G2. Like we know G2 starts slow and all, but like you're expecting something more from Furia, right? And at least if you're not expecting that, I think the Furia players themselves are. Because this is like one of their matches they needed to win to get into the playoffs and potentially into Toronto, and they kind of lost their chance now. So I think this is a disappointing loss, but great for NRG. The bounce back is, you know, you got to start somewhere. And if you're going against Furia, one of the weaker teams, it's fine. You know, maybe this can help them build into the momentum of winning against better teams.
I'm looking at the
Map
map veto.
material?
It seemed like NRG. Yeah. Am I muted? Okay, no. I'm
no,
looking at
you're
the map veto, and NRG is the one who picked Lotus against Furia, who definitely, you know, had a pretty good showing. And then Furia picked Pearl, not Ascent, when, you know, sure, they didn't win against G2, but that's G2. And I feel like they should have picked Ascent over Pearl. You know, unless maybe Furia thought they had a read on NRG's Pearl, which I don't think they have played this so far, right? Oh, no, they did play it.
Yeah, they did. They lost.
I think they messed up in the
versus
map vetoes a bit. They should have picked Ascent over Pearl. They could have played the same maps as G2 and probably would have had a better result.
are you talking about the G2 game? Fury played?
No, we're talking about the NRG game.
We're talking
Okay,
energy.
I was about to say, because I mean, I really wouldn't too much of Fury even winning a map. I mean, the last two maps, Pearl Fact, even if they did have a read, I just don't think the read was enough. I mean, I would really only fault the Lotus game for just Mata not playing how he usually does. He just needed to warm up, and then he cooked the last two maps. I think really should have been a 2-0. I think Fury just came out strong, looking for a win. NRG was just slow, expecting to dominate them. That's what happened.
Yeah.
They got caught off guard with that 5-1 start, and then they just had to come back from there.
All right.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
I don't know why they do it.
Yeah, I feel like one thing that I really want to mention is Energy changed their Pearl comp, and this is something like I was criticizing them for, which was they're running Neon Yoru, and that was forcing Ethan to play much more aggressively than he's used to when he's playing Euro. Because in 2023, whenever he played Euro, he was much more of like an initiator type. But I think that's one of the main reasons he lost. Because no offense to Ethan, but like he's not really an entry fragger, right? Like he's much more of like an entry or something like that. I feel like when they switched to Jet Euro, that like really helped them. I feel like that's also part of the reason why Fury got stomped because I feel like their read was more on the Neon Euro, and NRG changed their comp, and it was like it looked much better for them. They obviously wanted their 13-2, and I feel like the fracture as well. Like Jesus Christ, the fracture as well. They played really well, but I think it's more of like it. This gives me more hope for NRG. I guess I think like the one thing is the Lotus. I feel like that's more of like Furia only being good on like maybe one or two maps. The other thing I want to mention though is how do you say Priaz? That's how you say. Former 2G player. Now he's playing like one of Furia's better players. You know, all I'm saying, maybe 2G has something going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. You know, is Zap Carlos plays shit. And then the one player that left, he's playing really well on Furia. So.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on then into Sen versus Crew, where we have Hades. I believe was one of the only people who predicted Crew to win this game.
I had Crew at the start, and then I changed to pick 'em. It was after the Sen 100 Thieves game. I just had like random hope. I don't know why.
Yeah. So Hades, you wanna
Fucked it up.
infer anything?
Yeah, no, I can't fault people for thinking Sun would win because I feel like Sun are like probably the favorites coming into this. I had so much belief even before stage one. I had so much belief for Crew. I think I put them second overall in Americas. And they just proved me right. Like they're like even if they're like I don't think they have like top tier strats. I think their strats are definitely really good, especially on Icebox, like attack half. Their players are just so good. Like they all can frag. Like Melzer and Adverso have like off games, but they're usually also frying. Like I don't know. Like I feel like Sun. They definitely it was kind of an underperformance by them. I don't think this is the Sun like most people expected to see. I think Crew just took advantage of that by playing really well. I think like their Lotus they played the G2 comp, and I was like they definitely had some like mess ups like within the strats. Like I feel like I remember the one eco round where Nate, Yoru ulted in, saw the stack of people with like classics and sheriffs, and then Mizzino or ulted them, and they lost a round off that because they ran to the stack. Um, but I think definitely like they were cooking up, and I think they took advantage of the fact that Senwork looked kind of lost, especially on Icebox, and their players just fry. I mean, you see the Mizzino 4K on Icebox, the 1v3 or 1v4, insane.
Yeah. And they just ran it down A. Like on their attack half, they just went A every round. I think they ended B 2 rounds. They started A and then ended B.
Yeah.
I mean, if it works, right?
Oh. Yeah.
All right.
Elysium, what do you think?
Well, yeah.
I don't really I was driving during this game, so I didn't get to watch it. So I really don't have much to say. I mean, during Icebox, I almost crashed, so I was kind of focused on that more in the game. So yeah, I don't really got much on this.
Nats,
Okay.
have anything?
So I do have actually something to say. So I think first of all, I was like versus Lotus and Lotus. I was like kind of off, like doing something else. I was had it in the background, but nothing too specific to add to it. Whatever to say. But on Icebox, Crew was fucking hitting some shots, man. Oh, bro, Kesnet was awakened. I swear. Like I think it was like round I forgot which round it was, but like it was the second last round where he is like had knives. He tapped someone in on crate, and then his knives gets disabled, and he pulls out the vandal and gets another one, and then Mizzino clutches two 1v1s. It's actually incredible. Oh, I think Crew, they're just a very 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 like good mechanical team, and they play very well coordinated wise, right? It's just very honest Valorant, and I didn't expect them to be like this good. I thought Sen would be a little better against it. I thought their macro would be able to counter Crew, but I was wrong. Crew played much better than I thought they would.
From what we've learned from Masters, macros and everything, you can't just play the perfect Valorant. Shoot, you win. Shoot
Yeah.
in the head, you get the kill. The round's finished.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. So let's go on to pick'ems, right? First one we have is 100T versus EG, which we have in 3, 2, 1.
Oh wow.
Wow. Okay, 50-50 split.
Yeah. 50-50.
All right. So I want to quickly explain
Oh.
something. The 5 and
Yeah.
8 in the bottom will be how many games you predicted. So the 8 is how many games you predicted. 5 is the how many is correct. The 8 is the score for your games. So if you pick a guarantee, you'll get 1 point. If you pick a game where 3 people are with you, then you get 1 point, 2 points. If it's a 50-50 split and you get the game correct, you'll get 3 points. And if you're the only person to pick a team and they win, and the other 3 are wrong, then you get 4 points. That's why Hades has also some people have played more, picked more games, which is why they have more points.
Let's go.
I think Potter just has
him.
something to prove. She wants to win against Boostio. On top of that, 100 Thieves look like shit. Like as long as EG avoid the Haven, they should be looking. In my opinion, they should be the favorites as long as they avoid the Haven. Just don't mess up the map vetoes. We should be good.
Yeah.
See.
I think EG, like I definitely don't think they're like that good of a team. I think 100 Thieves, they just looked lost. And I feel like 100 Thieves definitely could fix a lot of their issues. But I have like enough faith in Potter to like any strat or like pick apart some of their issues that she watched or like that she could have audio viewed. I feel like AG definitely look more like stable in their fundamentals, whereas 100 Thieves, I think they definitely need some time to work on them, especially on maps like Pearl. Definitely like that. If they don't throw away their split comp, I have no clue what they're doing. I feel like either one of those could be like almost like a guaranteed win for EG. I feel like of the maps that EG has played so far, they haven't really like looked that bad on either. They look bad on like even I guess, but like they didn't look that bad. I guess what I'm trying to say. I just have more faith in EG. I guess what your faith in 100 Thieves looking like?
So I actually don't have faith in 100 Thieves versus EG. 100 Thieves EG, I don't have faith in either of these teams. What I've learned is 100 Thieves, they do not know how to attack in any sense. EG, they do not know how to defend in any way. It is the movable object and the penetrable force, right? So I think this is not a game where you're looking at your opponent and seeing who's gonna win, who's better. I think it is about who can conquer themselves and beat their own weaknesses. And I think I have a little bit more faith that 100T can attack than EG can learn how to defend. Because EG's defense, it was shocking. I thought it was terrible. They were losing to 2G, and they should have lost to TG on Haven. And I think 100T, as bad as they can get, I think that their players are good enough to bail them out on some attacking rounds. But I think this is going to be a clown fiesta.
Listen, Ye can do the funniest thing ever. I'm just saying. I think Ye got it.
Ye got it?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Ye was gonna carry. He's gonna lock chamber. He's gonna 1v5. That's trust. Okay, Elysium, what do you think? What's your faith in 100 Thieves?
I mean, both Potter and what's his name, Busio, are like, they're really good at self-reflecting and see what they did wrong. Like, 'cause I have not lost faith in 100 Thieves at all. I mean, we're judging how they're gonna play based on I mean, it's fair judging how they're gonna play based on a send game, but like historically, they just always lose that game. So I mean, me personally, I don't think it's really fair to judge them against against EG because of that game when they just statistically lose it every single time. And plus, I trust Busio that like he can self-reflect. They have more firepower. Zix is a good coach, and I mean they have an easy fix. Like 100 Thieves have an easy fix to figure out how to start winning. I mean they just tell Busio stop running mid by himself and tell Asuna not to overheat.
Okay, I just want to say I saw this argument before, and my response to this is Austin has been overheating since 2020, bro.
Okay,
If it
but
was
he
that
can
easy,
keep
it
he
would
could
have been
keep
fixed 5 years ago.
overheating and they could win though. He could keep overheating and they could win. Just They can't have two. They can have him overheating, but they cannot have Busio overheating. So just tell
Okay, that's fair,
Busio to
that's
stop,
fair.
and it's fine.
Yeah, I think definitely this match is like I would say maybe I feel like 100 Thieves are definitely like the slight favorites. I would say just because of off what's it called,
Right?
like off past experiences. I'd say this is more like 55-45 or like something like that.
All right.
Only
What about
slight
you guys?
favorites? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
only slight favorites.
I don't
I
think
have
100 T was that big of favorites either. I think
That is hating.
hating. I picked 100 T. What do you mean I'm
hating.
hating?
I'm hating after that split, bro. After that split, I'm hating 100%.
After the split, where they just need to figure out how to close it out. They started up every
Close it
single
out.
round.
13-1. 13-1,
Yeah, because they
bro.
started up every single round. They just need to learn to close it out.
Okay. But then would you say this? Would you have the same belief for Sen? Because Sen were on bind. They were winning. They were consistently getting advantage positions before Nats just shit on them.
No, because that's Nats.
It's fine. We have
say,
Yuri, same thing.
that's like
This is
asking.
Beckett,
That's
bro.
like saying, oh, do you think a team could beat Aspas if he doesn't kill 3 every round? Like that's a terrible argument. That is Nats. Sen cannot do anything about him returning to prime form. If he decides he wants to wake up and shit on a team, he can do whatever he wants. I do not blame Sen for that. Plus, they should have 2-0'd. It should have never even went to bind.
Okay, yeah, but they should have 2-0'd,
That is
but they
true.
lost the 1v4. They lost the 1v4 to Kamek.
That shit happens, you know. It happens round.
Okay.
It
They
doesn't
also
happen to good
saved
teams.
themselves. They saved themselves. They made OT.
Yeah, but they also
So
like
they also clutched.
jumped
It
off the
goes
map.
both ways. Okay, well, so did G2.
Okay.
And
Oh yeah,
they made
that's
it to
true.
the
Narrate
finals
and
this
Zekin
year.
jumped out the map.
Yeah.
Yeah, G2 meant to
oh,
do
you mean
that.
that
Yeah.
round?
Anyway, Abyss isn't here anymore. Abyss
Yeah,
isn't
this isn't
here
here
anymore.
anymore.
So
Don't
they're
Let's
all
move, let's
good.
move on.
Don't
Let's
worry.
move on. Let's move on. G2 versus
Let's move on.
MIBR, which should be a little bit more exciting.
Guarantee.
Oh, guarantee.
Go. Let's go. Yeah, no, I'll start. I think IBR they looked pretty good. I think it'd be crazy to predict, or you wouldn't be crazy. I'd say I think this is more like an 80-20, 70-30. Just because like I feel like you have to give MIBR the benefit of the doubt because they have Aspas. But I think MIBR's only win con is for Aspas to do what he did last year versus Sen, drop like 50 again. Like I don't know, like that's their only win con in my opinion. What about you guys?
I'm not saying it's an 80 game. So don't call me on that shit. But this is heavily G2 favorite. I mean, I'm gonna strongly say MIBR is just a worse Leviathan from last year. And if Lev couldn't do it, I don't think MIBR can.
I mean,
Lev did do it, right?
MIBR. I mean,
Yeah, Lev did beat you too.
Lev beat G2.
SAR is a sorry match where they already. So it doesn't matter like that.
Yeah. But do you like what's your win con for MIBR though? Because I feel like G2 is the obvious answer. What's your win con?
Aspas acing it around, and then maybe Cortiez.
Tizia and
Yeah,
like
I
Xenon
think
popping off
it's
and
either
Arsen.
that.
He
think
just
it's
farms
60-40.
he just farms headshot percentage. Headshot percentage.
Yeah.
HSP merchant.
I think. I mean, G2 is just such a hard team to upset because they play pretty good. You know, their macro's not like just like you brawl it out, so you can't like catch them like off guard that much. You know, you can say G2 have a slow start as we saw against Furia, but they always have the ability to bring it back, right? So, I mean, if you really want MIBL to win this match, you want Aspas to be dropping another kill record, and you want G2 to be having a real slow start.
Yeah.
Alright.
Anyway,
Let's move on to the next one. Loud versus 2G. Which is in 3,
another guarantee.
1.
Guarantee.
Yeah.
I feel like, especially now that there's not much to talk about. Loud, they did get 13, or was it 13-2 by Crew? But they looked like in that game, the maps they did 13-3 Crew, and the last map split was close.
And Crew are
And
looking
as
like
we
one
saw
of the
today,
better
Crew
teams.
looks very good. Yeah. Like Loud, like they have Digits in. Like I don't think we have to talk about this much. Loud have really good players, and 2G they just lost.
It's a 4v5. Like, we don't
and
even know who the fifth is.
Yeah, I feel like no matter like I can't think of one person they could pick up that could make this team could make this game even close. Like, even like This team not in 12th place.
Surely they pick up like a tier 2 any player, right? Like,
No,
is there anyone who can pull up
No,
to?
because
pick up the fucking Furia
they're
Ascension.
playing.
Costa.
Yeah, that's what they do now.
The only people they can pick
I think
up
they're gonna
is
pick up
just
NZR because I
recycle
think
silly
NZR is
talent.
already in LA, right?
Oh, NCL. Oh yeah. they
NZR is
probably-
already in LA.
Yeah, probably pick up NCL.
They need someone that's in LA.
Yes,
That
visa
makes
issues.
I don't know if
sense.
it's permanent or if it's just a sub, but NZR has visa issues.
No, I'm saying you
Yeah.
need someone in LA because
Just
Yeah.
more recycle.
Just start forging
talent.
Spike's birth certificate. Guys, actually, he was actually a year older than we all thought. We just got the numbers wrong.
It happens.
Okay.
Anyway,
Lev C9. There's not much to talk about. In 3, 2, 1.
Oh, I thought this was
Lev.
going to be guaranteed.
Leviathan believer. Wait,
I mean,
let's
Elisa,
hear it.
weren't you the guy who said let's put Leviathan in like 10th place?
yeah, that was me. But hear me out. C9 are equally as bad. Like they won against NRG. Are we gonna rate them for BG? The non-calming
I'm rating
version?
them for that.
I'm not.
Okay, but then who did the Lev be
Okay.
that you're convinced of? That's like, oh yeah, they're gonna be better than Cloud9.
Nobody. You could just have faith. I'm
So
running
you
on
that's what
think
it
dreams.
is.
Demon One,
I'm running on
Demon One,
hopes
Omen, and
dreams.
Viper.
You okay?
Yeah,
You're
Demon One
banking
Viper
on King
was
Yoru.
not bad until Demon. His Viper was not bad until defense.
You
I mean,
you would hope.
all the it's,
What about
Let's
King
go through
Yoru?
all of
You're
let's-
banking on King Yoru.
let's go through all of Cloud9 games that they've won, okay? And let's like divide them by how many Zeppa life games they are versus how many like just they team diff. Okay?
Okay, but I have more faith that Zeppa's gonna have a life game than Lev is gonna get things together and actually do
So
well.
you're telling me you don't believe either Tex, Demon 1 or can just
No,
drop
I do not
40?
believe in Demon One. I don't
Drop
believe in
50
Demon
to win?
One. I don't believe in King on Duelist dropping 40 or 50, whatever. I don't believe in Calm doing it. I don't believe Rossi's doing it. I don't believe Tex is doing it. I don't believe in any of them.
I think
So,
I think
so
Hear
what
me out,
happens
bro.
when they don't put King on Yoru? Fries.
okay, but
Cloud-
like we've been saying for like forever,
Listen.
Leviathan. What if they just know what roles to put on? They did not put the tank on Duelist. They put King on Duelist, bro. They have no clue how roles work in this game. They do not have any. They just believe any person can play any agent.
I'm not saying
Like-
they're
like,
gonna get the roles
I-
perfectly. I'm just saying they're not gonna Yoru.
Okay, hear me out. The
But
last
listen.
3 games that Cloud9 won, like official games, no off season, but all 3 of them were against NRG. Like they beat NRG 3 times like their victories are 3 times in a row against NRG.
Sure.
Maybe they're just NRG versions and Leviathan
Yeah,
can do
That's
it.
true.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
That's true. I mean,
The
okay,
hatred
my
for
thing with
NRG
this
fuels
is
them.
though, is that Oxy, it's also Oxy. You know, like he hasn't played like that well so far this year. But like, if there's ever gonna be a team that he's gonna farm, it's gonna
Wait,
No.
hey,
like
who did
Oxy-
Lev beat
like
in
if Oxy
kickoff?
pops off. Lev beat
Fuji,
Furia.
A few days.
They beat
It's
Furia.
Furia,
They
bro.
beat Furia
They
when they were
they
even
made it
worse.
close.
Oh yeah, they were
Oh,
jet
they won
lagged, right?
like
They
8
landed like
hours
6.
off the flight from Brazil.
Jet lag Fury. Oh my. Okay, I'm done. I think Lev is getting shit on.
They made it close against Emma. Hey, it's all good. It's all good. Hey, don't say anything when y'all are wrong. It's all good though. Don't say anything when y'all are wrong.
Listen. If Lev proved me wrong, I'd be so happy because I believed in Lev at the beginning of this year because I
I'm
thought they'd get the
getting my
roles right.
4 points.
And one would be back in
You're
his
getting
prime,
your
you know?
4 points. Okay,
Okay.
let's go to EG versus Senden. Oh,
Oh, let's hear the dissenting opinion here.
oh.
He's gone.
No, I'm back. I just want Ye to have a life game. That's all I have. It's just hopium for Ye. I just want to see him get that win. You know, I just want to see him win. That's
So
all.
is that the only reason?
Yeah, and I feel like once EG will event, they will beat 100 Thieves. Okay, that just will happen. Once they do that, they will have the confidence they need to beat Sentinels. That's my thinking here. I know it sounds
Okay.
far fetched, but
In your favor, last year they did upset Sen. They did
Yeah,
do
they-
it.
but they had
With
Jordan, right?
Apoth, the win condition, and the 10-2 comeback on bind. That did happen. I don't see it. Like, I feel like the
Listen,
EG's
it's
win
pure
con
hope
for this is for Sen to very much underperform and Ye to be insane. I just don't believe that like Sen will play bad enough where EG will be. I feel like even if they play like as they did today, they would probably still beat. But I think their player quality is just so much better. And I feel like another thing in your favor, Kaplan has never beat Potter in an official. So if we want to
That
go
is
with
true.
that,
Wait, I think it
he's only
happened
ever
once,
beaten
right?
her in the off season. You know.
Oh,
But like, what about you guys? Elysium, Nuts. What do you guys think?
I mean, it's less. I think Sen are good. Even after today's loss, I think Sen are still have a better floor than EG. EG, I just that game against 2G. That's all that needed to convince me that this team has no hope. Unless I see Potter become the fucking goat and make all these players somehow turn out to be like EG 2023, I have zero hope in this roster. This roster is finished for the entire year until I see like any bit of improvement from Potter's coaching and makes them the god roster.
I mean, you're just
Elysium?
that's such cope though, or that's not cope. That's such hate. I mean, you can't expect Potter to do that with every. Potter is an amazing coach, but you can't expect her to do that with every single player.
Yeah, no, I
mean,
I understand that, but like that's what I'm saying. I'm saying EG are cooked unless Potter can miraculously fix them. I'm saying because
yeah.
I just don't believe in the squad. Like I'm not saying Potter needs to do this. I'm saying EG are shit, bro. Like they're so shit.
Okay, I'm not
Okay.
saying they're shit. I'm not saying all that.
I think they're shit.
That's all you. That's all you.
That is all me.
I think the EG problem is like a similar problem to NRG, where they have like almost no shooters on their team. Their only shooter is Ye when he pops off, and like that's not very consistent. Like
I mean, I see what
their
you're
second
doing.
best or like best fragger consistently is Nature, who's their IGL. Like in today's like you can't really get by without that many
It's
what's it
not
called,
like
without
they
many
have bad
fraggers.
players, right? Derek's pretty good. Superman plays pretty well. This year
Well, they
he
haven't
hasn't.
played well so far.
Yeah,
They
not so
didn't play
far,
well
but
against 2G, and 2G are
I'm
like
just saying it's a possibility.
one team they
Half
should
of
be
it is
farming.
hopium, but again,
I give
it should happen. Right?
I give EG like 20% to win this.
Don't give them a 30.
20?
You can be
I give them.
generous.
It depends if they beat 100 Thieves. If they lose to 100 Thieves, I give them like a 10%, like 5%.
I'd
Eh,
They
give
beat
them like
100
a
Thieves, like I
35.
think.
Oh, they're beating 100 thieves. We don't have to worry about that, right? Surely.
If
I
EG
think maybe like 20% I'd give them, just because of like Sen underperformance.
yeah, if EG beat 100T, then I think EG I can bump them up to like 35%. If they beat
We'll
100T.
take those.
But yeah.
We take those.
Oh no, I feel like Sen, they might just get like we might get another video on Twitter from Kaplan screaming at his players. It might be locked in, who knows.
Alright.
Anyway,
Let's move
for
on
the
to
next game.
100T versus Loud.
Guarantee?
Guarantee. Yeah.
I'm not
I mean-
happy with this guarantee.
Really?
No.
You believe in 100 Thieves?
I'm not.
know.
You know what? I'm sticking with it. We put Loud at 2 in our power rankings. I'm sticking
Hey,
with
you guys
Loud
did do that.
for the entire series, entire season. I'm predicting Loud every single time. Okay. But yeah.
Me personally, I think I might have been like sleep deprived during these pick'ems, and I think I did them like really quick because I wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to make it on time. Low key, I'm like really rethinking this. I don't.
You believe in
I
100
have
Thieves?
my doubts. Wait, what?
You think 100 Thieves can beat Loud?
I do. I honestly do.
Explain
I don't
to
know
me
if
how.
I don't know if I'm ready to change the pick'em yet, but you explain to you how?
Wait, we can't just change like that, right? Is that a thing we can do?
You can do it. Yeah, you can if you
Oh.
want.
I'm not
mean-
changing. I'm
But you wanna
sticking with
change?
DJs.
Do you?
Okay, please, like someone explain why they have belief
Okay,
that Loud
okay.
aren't just gonna stomp.
Okay, hold on. Give me. Okay, I got you.
So wait. Do you want to
Okay.
pick him though?
No, no, no.
Yeah. Let me change it.
Oh.
I'll be the only one again. So, like I said earlier, Busio is like really good at problem solving. I think they win against EG. Give them some time. They have a week before that match. I mean, a week is more than enough to like tell Busio to stop going mid by himself, right?
Yeah, I would agree.
My
I feel
counter,
like even
counter
They
argument
can
to that is,
they can figure out how to play meta comps in a week. I mean, maybe not like play it perfectly, but they can figure out rules in a week. They can tell Busio to stop going mid in a week, and then who knows? Maybe somebody will have a life game. Like I don't know
math
who it is.
material will
Maybe
listen.
Xander will finally make his like debut. Maybe he'll finally actually do something on the team.
I don't think Xander's doing anything. I'm gonna be honest. But he rage quit. Oh, he's back. Math material. What were you saying before?
my counter argument to that is DG just farms. He finds that thing, what we saw from him during kickoff. He just hits insane shots, shuts down 100 thieves. We all go home happy.
I also think that
Nets.
I think Loud. First of all, they did play a pretty bad series against Crew, but like you can tell that they have at least an idea of what they're doing, right? Except for on Split, it was not Split. It was the other map, which they lost 13-2 to Crew. I think
Fracture. I think.
no, they
Wait, no,
won.
they're one fracture. It was Haven.
Haven, yes. Except for that one map on Haven, I think Loud have a pretty good macro, and their players are just I think they're better than the 100T, right? Than the 100T's current form. So I don't believe that 100T. I mean, you can say 100T bring it back after beating EG, right? If they do beat EG, but I just don't have a lot of belief in this team. This team really needs to fix its attacks. The attacking hall.
We're back, right?
Hello.
We're live on
no,
the
we
stream.
can
Yo.
Yo. Okay.
Yeah, that's tough, bro.
My
I'm
internet
pretty sure
fucking
100 thieves
crashed,
will
bro. I don't know what happened. Okay.
You can
Oh, by the
you
way,
can blame
we're not
100
on
thieves for
the.
that, bro. I'm telling you, it was them. The moment he asked, why
Yeah.
100 thieves, you just crash out.
We're gonna win.
100
Yeah.
thieves.
Okay. Let's set back up the stream. Let's get our faces back up there.
Let's yeah, let me investigate that, bro. Oh my gosh.
Well, that's actually so funny. I know it's not funny, but it's so funny to me. That I just dies as soon as I ask, "What's it 100 Thieves win con?"
Oh, dude.
I guess they don't got one. I'm done with that argument.
Yeah.
Then. All good.
Oh wait, shit. Why is I don't have
Can they hear us?
uh
By the way.
Well,
okay,
let's hope so, right?
I'm back on the stream. Wait. Anyone else?
What?
Am I
Yeah,
back
no,
on
the stream is live.
No, I'm on my face. I see my face, but I don't see
Oh.
literally anyone else.
Okay, you see your face?
Yeah, I don't see me either.
Yeah.
Wait, give me. Oh.
Oh.
One person?
And there's a way.
I think it will appear slowly one by one.
Wait, can you stream like on Discord?
Oh shit.
Math materials back.
Yeah. I'm back, yeah.
Hey, you're back.
Okay.
Okay, Hades is there?
Why is Braun the last?
Wait, okay. I'll put the stream back up. There we go. Everyone's back.
I bet.
Bet. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's go. Okay, we're gonna move on from 100T loud then.
Okay. Yeah. Well, so? Are we done with Americas?
Oh no, we have 2 more games actually.
You do?
2G versus Crew and G2 versus NRG.
Oh, I see. I see.
Okay, and the first one is Crew versus 2G. Which we have.
Yeah.
I don't think there's much to talk about. I think Crew look really good. 2G look shit.
Yeah. Anyone want to
I
add
don't know.
anything?
Nope.
Okay. G2 versus NRG.
Anyway.
Any other people? Let's 3, 2.
If anybody,
No.
it's just so obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I think there's like maybe 1% chance, and that 1% is for FNS to be like Aspas. I don't know, like he has to aim like Aspas
What?
for this to work. I still don't think it's. I think if FNS turns into Aspas for this game, they still won't win.
You
That's
could
what I'm
have
saying, I
said
think.
anybody, and you chose FNS.
Yeah, I
Anybody
agree.
on that
So
team
He's the
saying
could have
weakest link,
said
right?
He's the weakest
That's
link.
the weakest
So
link
if
is probably
if
Rock.
Ethan and FNS turned into Aspas, I still don't think they would win.
What? Yo, we were
that crazy to
watching
say?
we're watching Aspas carry bums right now. So if you think you're saying another Aspas tier caliber player couldn't carry better players,
Yeah, against G2, no.
What he's saying is it's impossible. That's the
Yeah,
way
I'm
to
saying
see
I'm
it.
saying that the G2 will not lose this no matter what.
You know, it was really funny. I asked Math Material for the pickups again because he didn't send me these 2 originally, and he goes, "Is the grass green? All question." Yeah.
what?
Yeah, no. I think G2 could legitimately sub in Hammy for Jojimo and they'd probably still win.
Hammy, like the streamer.
Yeah.
The guy that like glazes Sinatra.
No, I think the guy that
usually
makes
the guy that folds a lot.
I don't know who that is.
I watch him in the broadcast, right? Like he's always there for the
He's the
halftime
G2
interview. He's
official
always
streamer.
blazing Chocobo.
Oh, he's G2's official stream.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm
Wait.
saying if they could replace Jojimo with him and they'd still win.
Wait, there's a storyline to this. Like, if they put Hammy in, then it's like FNS used to be a co-streamer for them versus Hammy.
Oh.
Yeah, look, he'd be hype.
FNS
Oh.
co-stream for G2?
FNS, yes, he did
Yeah,
co-stream for G2.
Yeah, he was.
Wait,
It was
don't remember
right.
that.
It was like it was before
Stage 2, right?
Shanghai. It was before
No,
Shanghai.
stage 1, yeah.
dude, I
Oh, I
can't.
remember
then he came
he
back
was
for
a
stage
co-streamer,
2.
but I didn't remember he was like sponsored by G2.
Yeah, no, he was. Yeah, they signed it.
I don't remember that.
Dude, I completely forgot about that.
That's crazy. Anyway.
Okay.
No, because I remember he only streamed like one game out of the Shanghai games. It was like the very first one. That's the only.
Mm.
Because after that he went back to play for NRG.
I
Anyway,
don't think he
Question,
even streamed
do I have
Shanghai.
more points than I'm supposed to? I feel like me and
Oh,
LeBron
Yeah,
James
what?
are
yeah,
how
yeah.
do, wait, why? Yeah, why do I have 0 points?
oh
So-
he has my host.
so
He
what
has
happened
mine.
was
Yeah.
the camera switched. So yeah, it was because I was converting the last podcast format over here, so and
All
so- so
good.
It's
Oh,
fine. I'll
okay.
take the win record. Looks like a pretty good win record.
Yeah. Anyways,
Anyway,
let's move on to
that's it for Americas.
yeah. Let's we could take a break right now, or we can just go straight on to Pacific. Up to you guys.
I mean, I feel like we just took a break
Yeah.
when.
Yeah, I think we
so
had our
I think we're
break.
good.
When I was gone, yeah.
Unless you need a
Yeah.
break. Do you need a break?
No, I'm chilling. Okay.
And it's
Let's go straight into
Well, let's
G2
do that.
versus. Oh wait, we're talking about we're gonna cover the
G2.
games first. We're not gonna do pick'ems. We're gonna go to talk about DFM versus GE first.
Okay.
Yeah, so- as a global esports fan, it was a good game to watch. I was really happy from what I saw. There was good enough macro, good enough, fundamentals trading. We had good ideas. We were proactive around the map. We weren't, just in one place waiting for them to peek into us. We were doing stuff around the map, and on both maps, I just saw really good stuff. And I think we haven't seen their ceiling yet. I think they can still play, to a higher level. I'm just really happy. And like I said, DFM is shit. They did get few rounds on Pearl because of individual performance, just speaking out of smokes, catching off timings. But as the season progresses, that kind of stuff isn't going to work anymore. In conclusion,
Elysium.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, Patrick Hu, specifically on him, he was not the prodigy I heard from GE fans. I
I
don't
mean,
know
to
if
be
it was
fair to
like an
him,
off game
it was his
or
first game, and like he was getting all like the first kills. Like he was doing his job. But I think it was his first game. Like we have to give him another chance. He was doing his job well. He got like a ton of first kills. I think. Right?
oh yeah, he
Uh,
had
He got
13. Yeah, half of his kills were first kill.
yeah. He was
So yeah, right.
13-6 overall.
yeah, that's a really good first death record.
Yeah.
I
What were you
mean,
saying?
uh,
no, go on.
I was asleep during this game. Honestly, I think this is like one game that I wasn't at least up a little bit for or like watched. So
Yeah, I mean, this game, I think, first of all, it's a little bit of a DFM disappointment, right? I think you were expecting,
Yes, it
yeah, I think you were expecting a little bit better from the squad. From they placed what, like they placed a pretty close series like Genji. They beat PRX really badly. You were expecting a little more
it,
from
it
them.
wasn't close
did
against
you
Genji. Listen, I'm
say
telling you, this team was shit. They've had
did you say
one good game against
close?
Paper X, but this team was always shit. This wasn't a surprise at all.
Yeah, I'm pretty
I think
sure
I'm
like
just the biggest
the
DFM hater.
DFM coach came out and said like they specifically antied Paper X.
Did they?
Like they were just
Yeah, no, he did say that.
they were specifically looking to play Paper X and kickoff. They did all their strats on just them. And then it was not a close game versus Genji. It was 13-6, 13-6.
Okay,
It just was a
I take
stomp.
back everything I've said. What the fuck? Okay, you know what? Never mind. If that's how they beat PRX, you know, fair series. GE deserve completely. Oh my gosh, that's so troll by them. What?
Yeah. I mean, for me, the series it made me feel very happy for GE. I think their player caliber is very good for like they definitely like they had like the huge thing where like they had like a million people trialing for them. I think that definitely worked out in their favor because a lot of their players are very very good. Um, and I feel like I don't know, like their fundamentals as well were so good. Like their fundamentals, especially for a team that like just got Patrick Hu in. They played like the kickoff with a sub, and like for a team that you don't expect to be that good, their fundamentals were amazing. And I don't know, this team just gives me like a lot of hope. I don't think they're gonna be like top three, whatever, but like I think they definitely are gonna be contending to go deep in playoffs. And then as for DFM, it's just all of the hope I had for them from the off season, from whatever, just all lost, man. And they didn't even look like how they usually play either. Like Art, he's known for always buying an Odin. He's like the Odin merchant. He didn't buy an Odin like once. Like maybe he did, but
I
like he didn't buy it often.
well, I mean
Like
they
and yeah.
on Lotus maybe, but they played Pearl. On Lotus,
I
yeah,
know,
you
but
can fault them for
even
that.
then, Art would always buy like that was his thing. He would always buy an Odin. He was the Odin
He's
merchant, you know? Like
he's
even on
playing
like maps
Omen
where
now.
like Odin wasn't good. I know, but
Playing
like
Omen.
it's just I think that's part of like the problem, you know? Like why are they playing like this Lotus comp? It
I
doesn't
think
suit them
when
well,
he
you know?
could buy an Odin, he did, but they just lost so many rounds, and they lost in a way where they didn't have the loss bonuses built up. They lost 2 rounds, they won, and then they lost again. So they didn't have that streak of loss bonuses. So they just didn't have the money. They were just broke the entire time.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like this just spells doom for DFM and it gives hope to GE.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
It's,
T1 versus Zeta.
yeah, T1 vs Zeta. Surprisingly close series. This one.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like just I think T1 suffered a bit from like the winning Bangkok, so they had like less time to prepare.
I think
You can definitely see that.
all the Bangkok teams
I
suffered a
don't
bit from that.
Yeah,
I don't
but I
think
think I don't want to discredit Zeta at all because Zeta they
Well, they
played
definitely had a really good
eh,
game. The
well,
they
it
played
was
really well.
more of
Sugar
a
Zero. Sorry, go.
it was more of a not a like them not having time to prepare. But I don't remember who it was. It might have been Stacks or so it was one of them. They straight up said they weren't practicing. They had time to prepare,
I
but
mean,
they just
yeah.
were taking a break.
Yeah,
I mean, like, to be fair to them, they played like so many games in a row. Like their lower bracket run, like that was like almost a game every day, right, for like a week straight.
They played like 4 contenders, so I don't
Yeah, 2 best of
It's
5
like-
back to back.
I mean, it was this was like more of Zeta looking to win and T1 just not really caring. T1, like they were looking to
Yeah.
win, but it's not like a game like this. You're not going to be trying your hardest to win. You're just going to push it.
Yeah.
It's just
I feel like the one
Zeta.
thing though is
They
Sugar
they have
Zero.
nothing.
Sugar
right
Zero
now.
back in Reykjavik form. I've been praying for times like these.
Oh.
I miss the Sugar Zero so much. I feel like this gives me some hope for Zeta. I feel like they definitely won't be at the bottom of the region anymore, especially with how some other teams played. But I don't think they're going to
know
be going to playoffs probably. But I do think they may be able to squeak out some wins.
Yeah, I agree
Would
with
they
that.
be worse
Yeah.
then?
I think
Who-
if DFM played like how they played to that game, they're probably worse.
Who's in
I
their
just
group?
don't see
Paper
that.
X.
Paper
They're
Rex?
Team Secrets in their group, RQ's in their group, Talons in their group, Gongshun. I think those are all really hard games. Except for
think-
maybe Secret.
I
I
think
feel
team,
like
I think Team Secret will be
Secret-
worse than them, but that's
you probably won.
Secret,
I mean, they play Secret
don't-
this week, right? Is
yes, they do.
that this week? Yeah. So I guess we'll know.
I'll save this for later, but I don't like this Secret is bad narrative. They're a better team than they are.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Okay,
No,
okay.
No, they're
Okay.
not.
I will wait. We'll get to it, but I'm ready to argue.
Yeah, okay.
Do we want to talk about Talon versus Team Secret first then? For
Yeah,
your
let's
answer.
talk about Talent vs Team Secret then. Let's go right into it.
Let's hear why them losing versus Talon gave you hope.
I mean, I would okay. That specific game, like maybe the way they lost, it doesn't give me hope. But like I don't, they will be a better team than they should than people believe. This same roster, I think it's the same roster. They beat Genji right before they won Shanghai, and like they're always
Same
that
roster
gatekeeper.
also lost to Primi in his debut game. By the way, the one
yeah,
game
but
they needed to make
yeah,
champs.
but they tossed that game. I'm not gonna argue. They tossed that game. They should have
They
won.
did,
that.
they did,
tossed
okay.
that.
My thing with
They,
Team
like-
Secret is they started off as a good team, but slowly they've just been getting worse game by game. They like teams improve. They're not improving. Every game I see them, they're worse than they were before. And that's the reason.
I
It's not like
also-
they're a bad team right now. They will grow worse. That's the main thing with Team Secret. They just
I think
I
God knows
also
what they're up
want to
to.
throw in Jesse Vash is their worst player, and he's not even IGLing anymore. 2GE is IGLing. So you're having Jesse Vash, not IGL.
Listen,
Having 2GE play worse because he's IGLing.
I have a very beautiful clip to summarize my opinion of Team Secret, okay?
I don't know. I
it's
just
the
I
wild
look at
Oreo
Team
clip.
Secret and I don't see like the bottom team that everybody else sees.
Here, Elysium,
Alright.
watch this. Watch
Wait,
this.
wait,
Watch
just
this
just
clip.
watch this round from Team Secret.
Oh, why?
Okay, so they take this main control, right?
Okay.
And then they play very passively into this talent squad because you're expecting them to take a lot of control, right? So that's you can see Jeremy Primi walks up and then they decide to want to take mid control, but this is not the huge fault, right? Like the macro on this it was a little weird, but it's fine. Decide to ult into this round on an eco.
Okay.
Maybe a sneaker kill onto Envy, but you'll see it just doesn't really go their way, I believe. Oh wait, no, that does go their way, but then they get traded out. And then they, as you can see, they have taken the entirety of mid A, and then they'll move on to this round. By the way, Killua, Talon Killua is a completely new debut, I believe, on tier 1. He aces this round, for spoilers alert. But he aces in the most ridiculous way possible.
It doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look bad at all so far.
Yeah, I can agree. Because
Just wait.
because-
Just wait.
because Team Secret, they start winning this round. You think they can get this 3-0, and then tragedy hits. Is all I'm gonna say. Okay, you see, they're completely surrounded, right?
Okay.
Do you Did you witness?
I mean,
Or can you rewind that, please?
Yes.
okay.
Again.
Listen.
Let- let-
That's not that's just a whiff. Like that happens. That has nothing to do with their macro.
Yeah,
Listen,
Who
this
they
has
but
are as a
happened
team. That
so
is
many
still
times.
yeah. That whiff should never happen. There's a terrible
But it
whiff,
happens
at the
again and
end of the
again,
day-
game after game. It
game
happens.
after game, it happens, and it's just.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No, not okay.
And I
I
think
think
Okay.
Team Secret,
But
yeah,
if
go
we're
on.
being like okay in their defense, even though they should have won this round, like are we like they really shouldn't have at the same time. Like, are we gonna act like a 3-0 is normal?
they
I mean,
spent
they
Euros into
use the
this.
Euro. Yeah, they use the
Yeah.
dimensional trip.
Yeah, and it worked.
Okay.
It's just
Yeah.
a whiff.
Okay,
They worked,
in
and it
Team
was just a
Secret's
whiff.
defense, we're gonna continue. Like, we're gonna continue. Like, they got destroyed by Talon on map 2.
They got
I feel
destroyed.
like
Yeah,
map 1 was just like.
lack of prep.
Oh,
Like, you know,
you're
Team
back?
Secret, they always the macro is
We're
good. Like
back?
I never said the macro was bad. Oh, we're back. We're not back.
Oh, we're back.
Oh, we're
We are
back.
back.
Yeah.
We are
Okay.
back. Stream is
Team
live.
Secret, they never had bad macro. They get themselves in winning positions that they fail to convert time after, like, again and again. It's absurd how you can be this good and this bad at the same time. Like, usually it's the other way around. You know,
Yeah,
you
I
have
mean-
good micro but bad macro. Here, Team Secret is just the goofiest team.
Like, I don't
They
think
have good
Team
map
Secret
movement
are
and
awful.
whatnot.
I feel like if they were in like a different region, they probably could squeak out wins versus like the bottom tier teams in those regions. I think just specific, like I'm just rating Zeta highly off of how they perform versus one. I feel like they probably like if you're like looking at this objectively, Team Secret should probably be like favored in this matchup. But
If we're
I
looking
still
at
think
this
they're, like, low.
objectively, you have to account for T1 stating themselves they literally didn't practice before that match.
Yeah, but like Zeta looked.
okay, but do
Zeta
you
looked
think
good.
Team Secret would perform better than Zeta versus T1?
I do. I really do.
Do you think Team Secret will win a map? That's what I'm
Yes. Because they won a map against what was it?
They won a map against
It's like
Talon
Talon.
with 2 subs. Where not 2 subs,
Those
with
are
2
their
rookies.
actual.
It was
Yeah,
Yeah,
and their
no,
two
I
rookies were the
misspoke.
best on their team. So I'm like trying to figure this out.
no.
Like their two rookies
Hey,
performed
I-
the best.
I think like I don't know. I'm just going for like I think Zeta is definitely the underdog here. I think I'm just I have
It's
also,
like-
no
I
faith
wanna
in
bring
either
up.
of these
okay.
teams.
I want to
Let
bring
me-
up. I think Secret only won their map pick because they were prepped on their map. I mean, if you look at like the other maps they played, they got destroyed
my
on Fracture by Talon, like absolutely demolished.
It's just that this is a new roster. They were.
That
You watched the game. They were off the entire the entire map. They didn't know what was going on. It definitely felt like a new team put together. You know, like they still need more experience with each other. It was more like Talon looked bad than Team Secret just looked elite.
Yeah,
I feel like this is
I-
definitely like I'd say this is more like a 65 35 or 40
oh god.
65 35 for Secret. I think Secret are favored here, but I'm just going for Zeta because I believe in Sugar Hero, my king.
Sugar Hero.
I think he's gonna squeak it
I
out.
think it's the other way around. I think the Secret just is the better team overall. We've seen better stuff from them.
Yeah. I think I know we need to like get on to the next thing. I just want to say this, but not. I got two things to say.
Okay.
First of all, you said the only reason they won their map was because they were prepped on it.
Yeah,
What type of what fucking cope is that?
no, but like if you look at
No,
if you look at their other maps, they weren't good at all. They were good on their one map pick.
And you're faulting them for winning that map. So
I'm not faulting them for
trying
winning
to
that
figure
map.
this out.
I'm faulting them for getting completely rolled on the Fracture 13-2, alright? And then on Haven
Haven was competitive.
Haven was competitive, but they didn't play well on Haven. Talon looked so shaky on Haven, bro.
Listen, I'll say this. They threw their attack, okay? They start up 7-5, but it's like if we're I don't know.
Listen, they don't
I don't-
fix their throws. Okay, sure, they
Also-
threw that. They should have won that, but they don't win it afterwards. You know, they don't
And-
fix their mistakes.
but-
There's a downward trajectory here. They keep getting worse. There is no hope for this team. I'm telling you, you should just jump ships right now.
Another point you guys made was that like their players were new, right? So let me bring up something from last year, okay? When Genji beat Paper X with Charon, a new player, okay?
They were practicing for
And
months before this.
he was the best player on their team.
They were
Like
practicing for
how
4
is
months.
that
They
different?
just
Okay.
How is that different?
Okay.
they were practicing for 4 months before that.
Caron was with them for the entire off season, right? They've been practicing
Yeah.
with Caron. They've been meshed with Caron. They know Caron, okay? You look at the talent players. I'm saying they're rookie players, but they're not. I'm not saying that they played bad because they were the best on talent. Yes, but as a team, as the team cohesion, it was not good. It was a lot of individuality from talent, and you would expect that to improve. You would this is not a good. This is like this talent isn't that good yet. I think talent will be better as they move on because they have a full tie roster now, so their team cohesion will be better. But this is they looked really, besides their like mechanical skill, which was really good. Talon was not that good at macro wise. I mean macro wise they were okay. I think, but then their micro is what it is. Micro was pretty poor.
So my question is, okay, so when Secret win Pearl, it's because they're prepped on it. But when they lose to Talon on Fracture, where's the Talon's prepped on Fracture? Where's that argument?
Talon was prepped on Fracture, but that's what I'm saying. Talon are Talon are a new roster, right? They are a new roster on a new map. They will have less prep than the other teams. Team Secret have stuck together, and they do not look good on their maps.
Yeah, they also have but they also have less for other teams to like prep on them. What are Secret supposed to prep on them against the other maps?
They're supposed to prep themselves. You know,
Yeah,
they're
prep
supposed to-
themselves.
And
They
they did.
They didn't have a good macro on the other two maps.
Yeah, like I think it's.
But the thing is, Fracture's a new map. Fracture just came back, so they have to prep on a new map against a new team. Okay, and then Haven at maps that's already been in, it was a competitive map.
Listen, being a new team is not a buff; it's a nerf. They had to
Yes.
prep it against a new team. Yeah, they should have won. And
Yeah.
that's the thing. They should have won Haven. Sure, Fracture they fucked up. You know, it wasn't their map pick. They should have won Haven. That were the case.
I don't know. I feel like we're kind of running in circles here. I think regardless of whether you think Team Secret are good or not, they're definitely not making playoffs. They're definitely not better than RQ. They're definitely not better than Nongshin. They're definitely not better than Talon. They're definitely not better than T1. You know.
Yeah.
Just like to touch on Talon really quick, I think Thai and Kilowatt are insane. Talon are going to be really good this year.
Yeah.
Anyway, next DRX versus Paper X. Another
legacy match.
sad topic. It's like, okay, I feel like every time watching, I don't know if this is for you guys as well, every time watching Paper X recently, since like 2020, like ever since Madrid, it's been like watching like a puppy slowly die. The Paper X are like such a fun team to watch, and you love to root for them. You know, it's like you're watching a puppy get shot. It's like they're just not winning anything. Like when they were 8-0 up versus DRX on Haven, I think I was in like Chobra's chat. Everyone was so happy. We were like, Paper X is back. Love this guys. You know, we're not gonna make a roster change. This is the team we love, the team we know, and then they lost 13-9. Like they won one round after that. It was just horrible.
I hate how.
Elysium, what were you saying?
Can you pull up? Are you able to pull up like the VLR game? I hate how bad they are, and they're so bad on. That's why they lose. I mean, I want this team to do so good. It's like Haven, they start up 8-0, then I guess they lost 4. I mean, they shouldn't have lost 4, but DRX figured it out. So I'm not gonna like complain because DRX is like, and then they won one round on defense, and then we go to Icebox, they were up 3-9 or down 3-9. They were on defense, got 3 rounds. They go to attack, and then they win the. And then same thing, they start 2-10 down, play defense first, go to attack, and then they start wins. It's like this team is so bad on defense. Forsaken had 18 first deaths. I don't get it.
Yeah, the Forsaken duelist is just not working out. I think on maps like Lotus, at least, they should have some Jing play the Rays. I think that's just
Yeah,
the
like
way to
that's
go.
a Rays, man. Put my goat back on Rays, please. You know,
Yeah,
like
and
Way.
Forsaken can
I think they
play.
fell for the Waylay trap. Like they think Waylay's good.
Every team is falling for
Waylay
the
is horrible.
waylay trap, man. This agent is
I mean,
horrible.
I can see it on maps like Ascent, maybe even Haven, but Lotus is just not. It's too big for it to be a Waylay map.
I mean, also, I think PRX. If you, I just think that, especially like their attack on Icebox, I think it works so well. It's because of the comps on these maps where they're way more attack sided for PRX. I mean, you look at the Waylay, you look at the Tejo, you look at the Sova, right? You look at the KO, triple initiator. It's a really attack sided comp. So I'm not surprised that they win so much on Icebox because of their ability to attack. I think the RX was pretty poor showing on the defense side, but overall, PRX, these role changes, they don't look that good. I would say something looked okay on the initiator breach, right? But I mean,
I think
I feel like
Jing,
something
yeah.
like not very good initiator, but he's a really good player, so that makes up for it. Like he's
yeah,
fragging out, but like his initiator utility isn't good. But like I feel
I
like when
just
you say like about the roles, I think the thing about Paper X is that you can't go back to the old roles because you already know they're not working. So like the one thing that like at least like I can find some hope about is that they're trying to change. You know, like even if they're not moving in the right direction, at least they're not stagnating. Like they're putting Jing on smokes, and he didn't look that good in Omen, but like at least they're trying something new.
they
You know?
played new roles,
I
but their
don't.
playstyle remained the same. They put pressure around the map and they group up as five. Like they've been doing that since 2022. They did
I
this
don't.
exact same. They didn't change their playstyle. They were playing new roles, but the playstyle was the same.
mm.
It
Lysam, you wanna speak
Yeah,
up?
it did
Elysium, what were you
feel
saying?
very new to
I don't.
watch.
I don't. I don't think it's a role. I don't think it's a role issue. I think it's just fundamentally on defense they suck. Like they're just dick on defense. I
No,
I
Yeah.
don't think I don't think it's a role
I think
issue.
it's the way they
These
play makes them
no,
yeah,
like
it's
their
just
I fully,
how they
fundamentals on
play.
yeah,
defense is just
I fully
Their
agree.
role is
I
their
think
roles are fine. It's just
uh,
play fun.
I wouldn't say the rules are fine, but I wouldn't say it's their biggest issue. But yeah,
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, I agree.
put something
uh,
on what do you call chamber.
no, but like the
You
thing
can
is, it's really weird how you can have a team that's stuck together for so long. I think this is like they've stuck together since like what 2022, and then you come with something in 2023. I don't know how a team who has played that long. So like they just don't have any team cohesion. They're so bad. Their peaks after each other. Their trading is not good. Their attacking rounds calling is not good in any. I'm not attacking. The defending. Sorry, the attacking is good. The defending is not good. It's just
Yeah.
this
I feel like
roster.
their defense has always been a problem with them. Even back in 2022 when they had Benkai, like they lost to FPX like single handedly because of their defense. Like their defense was always one of their big problems, but I think they got away with it because they were actually able to come up with like nice ideas. Like that was part of the Paper X. Like Paper X was also like always W gaming, but it was also it would come up with like kind of cool set plays and cool util plays, but they just lost like the sparkle, I guess, you know?
Mm,
Now it's like they keep over peaking and overthink because their heads they're like we're losing like, you know, like I need to do what usually would help make us win, which is
with
to
1 hour in
peek
the
and get
room,
kills.
no cameras, no
But they're not
supervision.
able to like diff everyone anymore, you know?
Yeah,
This team is simultaneously so flexible, but also all.
But
I don't.
but you're
It
cutting out.
doesn't make sense. What?
What are you saying?
I said like this team is simultaneously like so flexible, but it also feels like they can only play one. It's like
I mean, I
it
would say Jing and something
works.
aren't that flexible, but
I mean,
like Mindfreak can only play
I
so
don't
much
know.
for that. I don't think that
I'd
matters.
argue something flexible.
Oh yeah, I think Mind Freak on the Sentinel was super uncomfortable.
Yeah,
yeah,
but I don't
that
think it's like
that
that bad of like an idea in theory, right? Like
Yeah.
you're thinking like Mindfreak, you know, he likes to lurk, you know, like Sentinel's not that different from like Oaks in the sense that like you're lurking around, you're like playing, you know, but like I don't know. I feel like Paper X is like a tried and true tale at this.
Okay.
Just to like touch on DRX, I want to talk about and like they're moving away from Tejo. I think like Freeing only played Tejo throughout the entirety of Kickoff in Bangkok. And now like they're moving away from Tejo comps. They only played Teo once this series, and that was on Lotus, right? Or no, that was on Icebox.
Icebox.
And Freeing's back to Sentinel, and Flashback is on Duelist now, which I am not a fan of at all. His Neon, he like fragged well on Neon, but I'm pretty sure in the first half, I remember he was like down 0-8 at one point, like 0-8 kills. I think that was then DRX started to win on when they went to attack, but I am not a big fan of this because I think Flashback, like he hasn't been like shooting as much as he did last year, but so far his Duelist has not looked like that good, like as good as his Viper, as good as his Sentinel. Like especially on your, I don't think his your looked that good as well. But what do you guys think?
I agree. I think flashbacks. I think you should stick to the flashback Sentinel. His duelist.
I mean, it's a learning curve, right? It's good that they're willing to try out different comps. See if see what works right now in stage one. Because I still think they look
Yeah.
like the best team in Pacific as it stands, at least from the performance
Yeah.
so far in week one. They're trying new stuff. They're not just stagnating or we have to play the Teho breach. They're experimenting with double duelists. It didn't look insane, but it looked like a good enough thing. So I won't be too worried about DRX. I think they're in a good place.
Yeah, no. Yeah, just to like touch on that, like I think this gave me a lot of hope for DRX because I think DRX played their worst game that they've played like maybe they played worse at Bangkok versus T1, but I think
Yeah.
they played like their worst game all year. They still beat Paper X, who are like should be like a middling team in Pacific. Like that gives me a lot of hope for them. That like even when they're playing this badly, they're still able to pull out wins.
All right. Let's
And,
let's move on then.
Although
because-
DRX, I do want to mention one thing.
Okay. Go for it.
Although like DRX did lose an icebox, watching Marco just lurk his way through mid every single round and just absolutely annihilate Paper X on defense, as it was
Yeah.
great to watch. It was just
It was
he's just surgical with it. It was really fun to watch.
Okay, but we kind of do have to move on now to Genji versus
Yeah.
Boom.
true.
All right. So so just a fun little statistic here. Genji have never won a game when Texture aces.
That's true. Wait, I'm going back. What's the one where he aced against Rex? I don't remember. I think
Ace
he won
against
that
who?
game. Oh, am
He
I
didn't. He didn't.
Rex
His first
on
ace
Lotus?
was
I remember.
against.
Yeah, they lost that game. It was a best of 5, right?
Yes.
I think it was the grand finals for stage
Was it?
2.
Yes.
I
They
think
lost
it
stage. It
was.
was they
No.
lost stage 1. No.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
it was
they
grand
lost
finals
Yeah,
for
they
stage
did
1. my
lose
bad.
grand finals at stage 1. Is that true?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Paper X won it somehow.
Yeah. That's
somehow.
No,
I remember-
he didn't. He didn't ace that game.
but
He aced on Lotus.
Okay. Anyway,
Right?
keep talking. I'm gonna try to find it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
anyways,
it was in stage 1. Their game in stage 1, they lost that, but he aced. Oh my god, that's true.
yes,
That's
yes.
such a crazy strat.
Yeah. He's always missed the 4K, but until he actually gets the 5K, which causes his team to lose. But yeah, it's not nothing to take serious.
Yeah.
It's just a fun statistic. But any comments? This is a pretty big game for Boom to win.
Yeah, I'm so hyped for Boom. I think Boom, like, I think it was Chober saying it. Like, Boom, they have a lot of really good players, and we saw it in the grand finals of Ascension. That if all of their players like play to their peak, they'll be very, very good. But it's just they're all like pretty inconsistent. Like Zerk's famous, like they're very good, but they're also inconsistent. Like one game they could be frying, the next game they're like bottom fragging. And I feel like everything just went perfectly together where Famous was fragging, Berserks was fragging, DOS9, insane by the way. I think he might be one of the best smokes in Pacific after this because he had one of the best games, like I think one of his best games ever. Or like it probably is his best game ever, and he was just insane this map. I think like combination with that, like Genji also like very much underperformed. I think like Suggest played awfully. And I think Ash didn't play that well either. I think they were clearly relying on 2024 strats, and Boom really read into that. And I think you saw this in kickoff as well. Where Boom are very good if they can anti-strat you. Like they anti-stratted T1 on bind kickoff, and they beat them there. I think that really showed here as well because they read into the fact that NG were just going to play like how they did in 2024, like especially on the Haven, where Munchkin just tries to find lurks with the Viper and it just did not work at all for them. They just shit all over them.
I think this is not like really like this was a bit of Genji playing bad, but I think you have to give huge credits to Boom. They played an amazing series against Genji, and it wasn't like Genji were completely throwing it in their face for Boom to pick up and win. Boom had to be good for this game to win, and they were. I don't want like anyone to like go look at the series and go, oh, Genji threw it, and then Boom is still a pretty shit team. I think I was really shocked by how well, first of all, Boom's individual players looked, because as you said, at their peak, they're incredible players, incredible aimers, and also I was really shocked by how good their ideas were on these maps. I mean,
Yeah,
it's yeah.
one of the things on Ascent, right? If you don't have a dive, is
Sorry.
those ratty angles which you can't clear. They use Theo to counter that perfectly. The one weakness a Phoenix Form normally has, they use Teho to absolutely counteract. The ideas were actually just incredible. Probably again, I think I said this before, but one of the best showings on Ascent we've had so far.
Yeah.
And Genji not a bad Ascent team. They were fighting back. They had, it's not like they were complete bums, but Boom just looked incredible. Like there's nothing much to add to it.
Yeah. Elisa, anything?
Boom were a bad team. Like I just again hated the stereotype that Boom were gonna be like the worst team. Aren't good. Like they haven't been stomped yet. Even when they play teams better than, haven't just been demolished. Like they've had close games against teams that everybody would rate above them. It's not like they've consistently played bad. Like T1, they could have 2-0'd. Nongshim, they could have. I don't think that could have 2-0, but they could have won that game. Like Lotus was competitive. They stomped them on Bind. Pearl, we don't talk about. Like this core, like they've never been bad. This is the same core that beat Optic. Like they aren't a bad team. They've never been bad.
Is it the same core that beat
They're
Optic?
like they're very. I'm
think
pretty
so.
sure.
I remember Berserks was on that team, and who else? I know Zephyr was, but he doesn't play for them anymore.
Famous Berserk.
I don't. Was Famous playing for them?
Famous Berserk, Shiro, and NC Slasher. And
Yeah, Famous Berserks, and then Flipsider and Blaze King, who both retired last year.
Shiro was
Flipsider who played for RRQ, and Blaze King that played for GE.
I thought Shiro.
So just Famous and
Shiro
Berserks.
wasn't there.
Shiro wasn't there.
I'm surprised they kept so many players like for so long.
I mean, yeah, it's still like 2 out of the 5 that like they have those two. They've had very good. It's just a matter of whether they put it against other teams, and so far they have. Whether like they lost the 2, can't even like fault them for losing because they made it close while being the underdogs. It's like
I can agree with that.
Okay, like this is looking like a team. Even if they were to lose their next 4, I don't think they will. I
don't
think this team goes 2. I think like I'm gonna say that Genji was an upset. I think they are gonna have like their next 4, whether they lose, they will be super close. I'm confident they'll at least win these. I don't know which one.
Is it crazy to say? I think they're gonna make playoffs. I think
crazy.
GE and Boom. I think it's gonna be GE, Boom, PRX, Re, and then one of Paper X Genji, whoever wins that matchup. Because Paper X has been underperforming Genji. Like I think it's definitely gonna be Genji. I think, but like just to give Paper X the benefit of the doubt because I think they've earned it.
It all depends on the next game, right? If whoever wins the next game should.
Whoever wins this next game.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's just move on to the last game then, which is Nongshin versus RQ. And
the Chobra matchup.
This game.
Ah, man.
I think it was really bad from both teams, in my opinion. First,
was it? I think Nongshim Ascent looked not Nongshim. RRQ Ascent looked really good.
No, you see how it was. I think the first map, RQ looked by far the better team. I thought,
and then map 2, RQ
Nongshin
can't attack.
Yeah, Nongshin looked like a much better team because RQ doesn't know how to attack. And then you go on to Pro, Pro, and RQ threw so many rounds. They threw it. Oh, it was so difficult to watch that game. Like, these are not two bad teams, right? So I wouldn't like say like these are like awful rounds, but I expected better of them for like the middle of Pacific, and they just weren't good. It's just
And they kept getting like first kills, and they lost the 4v5s then.
yeah.
So it's just disappointing to watch. Like they, RRQ, they're so close to winning games, but they just can't close it out. Like same happened against Genji last time, and then kickoff. They should have won the Haven, but they threw.
Yeah.
RRQ just a if you're better than them, you're going to internationals. I rate them in Secret the same.
You would
Both
say
those teams. If you're
Oh, I'm
better than
sorry,
them,
but
you're
RRQ
probably
would
going.
fuck
I do not
Secret.
rate Secret the same as RRQ.
Okay, well, okay. I'm not gonna argue this. We already did that.
yeah, we already argued it, but yeah. So you think RQ are like a gatekeeper team, basically?
Yeah, like if like they really could, like if they ever made international, even if they made playoffs, then it wouldn't surprise me.
Okay,
It's like
but I think
they are
Secret is so stacked
they
that
are
RRQ is now like a playoff gatekeeper team. Like I think they're the 8th team.
I don't think
'Cause,
so.
I mean, I
I
think
do not
talent
think
beats
they're
them.
Okay,
eighth team.
How many
Okay.
Okay,
games have they
Talon
been
might
in
beat them.
that if they won or lost, they would have national?
Okay. I think Boom could be a close matchup. I think Global Esports again could be a close matchup with them.
Wait,
Talent probably
RRQ.
beat
That's
them.
fair.
I wanna bring up
Yeah,
what
I
it's-
think
Elijah
I think
said.
they're favored versus Boomer Global.
Yeah.
I think
that
DRX are
doesn't-
better. I think T1 are better. I think Talon might be better. I think Noxian are definitely better. I think there are 3 teams that could argue to be better. RQ is like favored in most of those matchups.
Well, that doesn't
Yeah.
hurt my point at all because are we gonna argue that all 3 of those teams can't be nationals?
No.
Like, it
we're-
doesn't-
No, that's not. No. He's saying
Oh,
that
okay.
that RQ is a like 8th place team.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying
yeah.
that's not true.
I mean, no. I mean, they would definitely. I would not say they go against all those teams. Like, if they were to play all 3 of them back to back, they win one of those.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I definitely say that.
Okay.
I think
Like,
my thing
if
with
you ask me which
RQ.
one, I don't know.
Yeah, no. But I think my thing with RQ is that, at least like especially in this game, it was very apparent is that they're able to play close games, but when it matters, when they need like a hero to pop off or like a hero play or anything like that, they don't have anyone to do that. Like they don't have people to like step up in the big moments when it matters. I think that's the difference. Like in Function, you have Persia, you have Ivy, you have like huge fraggers that like can do hero plays that can win them around
Yeah,
solo.
Margaret just
You
absolutely
don't really
carried.
have that.
Margaret was a clutch factor for Nongshim that time.
Yeah, no, Margaret as well. Like I feel like RQ, if you even just look at the scoreboard, it's like Cushy is soft fragging. Like and Cushy's really good, but like I don't know, it's not enough for them. They need more, and it's just nobody else is giving more. Is what I'm trying to say. Like they need someone to push them over the line, and there's no one there to do that for them.
Okay.
Anyway,
You wanna go into
On the
the pick'ems now?
Yeah.
let's do pick'ems.
Genji.
Is this weird
Oh.
as well?
You wanna continue?
Is
Yeah,
it-
let's talk about that after. Let's talk about that after.
Actually, I do have one thing I want to mention for RRQ. That's Crazy Guy. I don't think his IGLing looked better than Estrella's. Like, I'll be honest. I don't think it's an IGLing upgrade. I think
Oh yeah, no,
it's a-
crazy guy. He can't call on what was it? He can't call like on what the fuck? He can't call on attack. I think right.
Yeah.
Like his
Yeah,
attack house
thing is,
are
even when
so
like
bad.
Blade in 2020,
It was like very
videos
apparent on
especially-
Bleed as well.
Yes.
On
yes.
Bleed as well.
Yeah, he
his
was never a
attack casts are
mid-rounder.
horrible.
So I don't know
Like,
if Crazy Guy
yeah.
was the right pickup for them. Maybe
I don't think so. But
Like maybe like they could do something where like Cushy or Zephyr because they've both IGL'd before. Like maybe they call an attack. Crazy guy, because Crazy Guy's defense IGL like it's actually pretty good, but like his attack is abysmal. So I don't know what they need.
yeah.
But yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
Let's
pick'ems.
let's move on to pick'ems. Genji versus PRX. 3,
let's see.
2,
Ah.
1.
Listen,
Yeah,
what can I say?
I'm glad this isn't a
still-
guarantee. I don't
I'm
think
also
it's a
glad,
guarantee
yeah.
by any means.
I'm just still rooting for PaperX. I just want them to get their win. Again, it's Sophia. I think it's much closer this time. I think Genji did not look incredible. I think if this is the best time for PaperX to beat them, with Suggest coming in and whatnot. So yeah, I think PaperX should win this.
Yeah, I
hopefully.
agree. I think this map is pretty close. I think I mean I favor Genji just because I think sure Munchkin, Caron, they're still very good. I feel like with a week's prep he might be able to fix some of the problems. Maybe not all of them, but some of them. And I think Paper X also have much more problems than Genji. But I can definitely see if Paper X, if they just shoot, like I don't even think if they even play like how they did with DRX and just relied on their attack halves, they might be able to pull something off.
Yeah.
Because Genji, they majorly underperform versus boom. Like they're just, I think their main problem is they keep relying on 2023 strat or 2024 strats. And they try to mix adjust Meteor, but they can't because he's obviously not. Meteor leaving was like such a big blow to them, like shooting wise, calling wise, like strats wise.
Yeah.
I will- I have much more confidence. Even if we go back to 2024, when they like qualifying it's not like they just were the best team instantly. It took them time after like change after that took them time to be good. So like I'm still willing to give them time to get suggest up that get who's the new player?
Ash, right?
Actually, it's like it takes them time. So I'm not ready, or I'm not willing to just give up on them and say like they can't beat Paper X, or maybe Paper X would beat. I think it was. I think Gen just win this game. I think they're just gonna put it out. I think under pressure they usually, and
Yeah.
if they go 0-2, their chances of playoffs go like slim. So I feel like they just this out playoffs. They figure out what Jest and Ash.
Okay. Yeah. So for my opinion on this is I think Gen.G are falling off a bit of a cliff here, but I think they can improve with the new players. Like, I think the main thing is that I don't believe in either team that much. I think Gen.G look better right now. I would give him like a 65, a 35 to PRX, but I don't. I see a world where PRX like they come in, they are confident in their roles. You know, they play a good. They fix up their defense a little bit, and they just start like playing well. I could see that, but yeah, I just believe in this Gen.G squad more. I believe in the fact that maybe Gen.G had a little off game with their new players, and then they can bring it up to speed and help them out. Yeah. Okay.
Next game.
Next game. DRX versus DFM. 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
I don't think there's much to say. I think DRX, despite them not looking like amazing versus Paper X, they still beat them. They still look really good. I think they definitely will fix some of their issues versus Paper X. Even if DRX play bad, they're not beating them.
Yes.
Yeah, player diff, coaching diff, game plan diff, macro diff, micro, whatever you want to call it. It's just I don't see a DFM win condition for this. I don't think DFM has a win condition which will guarantee a win over the Galactics. I think it's just one-sided.
The win con is for Termi to cut the entire team. That's their win con.
I think.
Bring back Foxy 9 from Gen.G.
Yeah.
I see an upset. I mean, if May decides to like lock in drop each map, I see it.
I mean,
potential.
that's what he
I think even if May dropped, you still got Hyunmin, you still got Freeing, you still got Mako.
Yeah,
maybe even Flashback.
You would need the rest of DFM to step up as well. I'd say.
Hear me out. What if like Termi like for the game like hits his head hard again since T1, just like fucks up the map.
I think even DRX's worst maps would beat DFM.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
Name one good DFM map.
I have zero faith in DFM.
The best
Yeah,
DFM
that's
map.
true. What map is DFM winning on?
Yeah, what maps would you say DFM win?
What if they just like what if they anti-strat pick? Listen, I'm not saying that DFM are gonna win. I'm just making a world where they can.
What if DRX get food poisoning and they just don't turn up?
Exactly.
Yeah, no. I think there's like maybe like 15%. I'll be generous. 15%. 15%.
I'd give it 20. I'd give it a 20.
I'd
give it 10. I think it's
30. Wow. Okay.
30.
Okay.
Someone's been licking the door.
Next one.
Let's move to Talent RQ. This one should be exciting.
Okay.
50-50.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I'll start. I believe in RQ. I think RQ they played like we said, they definitely do have some issues that were showcased against Nongshan. But I think Talon also does have issues, especially with the calling. I don't think Cruz's calling was that good this past game. And I think as well, like I think that Thai and Killua and Jeremy are definitely going to be carrying Talon. But I think RQ can definitely keep up. Like I think that maybe Talon has maybe one or two better players. Like if you go role by role, I think RQ definitely are able to keep up, and I think they have better strats. Even if their strats aren't that good, I think they have better strats. I think they have a better calling. That's why I go RQ.
Yeah, same.
Resume.
I think. Okay, sorry. You go first.
Yeah, just so we can get everyone on RQ first. Sorry.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, it's us. All good. All good.
I was RQ. Is like I said, this team's just a talent. If we're gonna use the talent, have like here's the excuse. I mean, surely RRQ just team, right? I mean, they're better than Team Secret is. Team Secret made it close against this team. RRQ just should win this game, right? I mean, RRQ are hoping they picked up Monette. They were hoping he was gonna make that difference, that he just like just them to wins every single map like he was. He was doing really good on PRX before. I feel like this is gonna be one of those games where he doesn't a lot at all a lot of the time. But I feel like this will be because like if they lose this game, they're 0-2 and they have a hard, so they kind of
Yeah, they kind of need to win this one.
Yeah. I think from what we saw in week one, both RRQ and Talon they were at a similar spot, but I just expect Talon to improve a bit more than RRQ. I still think it'll be a close matchup. I think it's the truest 50-50 we could get, but I just expect Talon to improve a bit more than RRQ has.
I think
Okay.
Talon. I think RQ. First of all, if RQ looked better against Nongshan, I would have rated them probably picking them here. But RQ's attack sides they looked really awful, and I believe in the fact that Talon can bring it up to pace because Talon are a full Thai roster now. So I think they will improve like their team cohesion really quickly. That's one of my main points for the game. I didn't really have a. I think individually wise, they match up pretty well. I don't think this. I don't think it'll be an individual death. It'll be more how the team plays as a whole.
I agree. I think it's more like I think it's really close. I think like 50-50, 51-49, something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, something like that. All right,
Okay.
let's move on to Boom G then. Should be an interesting one in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, okay.
I'm the only one
So
choosing
let's hear
Boom.
let's hear what you think about Boom first.
Yeah, okay. So I think Boom played in a very impressive series against Genji. And I think that, yes, Global did really well against DFM, but I think DFM are looking like one of the weaker side of APAC. And I think Boom beat a more impressive opponent, I should say. And they looked better against a more impressive opponent. I think individual player-wise, I think as long as Boom have their players fragging to a somewhat like same level or like maybe a little bit worse, but like as long as they keep it around the same, Boom that's their win con and they will be better than GE. I definitely see a world where GE win. Don't get me wrong. I think this game was pretty close. I would rate it like 55-45, but I think Boom. I just have Boom edging it out slightly.
Yeah, makes sense. Boom
Yeah.
played went against a better opponent than GE. But I think the my reason is I think the player quality on G is slightly better than Boom's. I think again we've seen good stuff from them. They don't have one win condition. They have multiples. They have good macro, good micro. I think they're a complete team, and that's why I think I think it's the best matchup of the week. I think it's better than Genji Paperex. I think this will be the highest level game we'll see this week, and I just have again 55-45. I think it favors global esports a bit more.
Yeah, yeah. We can actually ask this at the end. It's fine. Right, continue.
Okay.
Resume.
No,
LeBron?
that's all I have to
No,
say.
Elysium.
Oh.
Is there anything you want to add?
Everything that I have said, it's gonna be a
Yeah.
Boom. I don't think they can. The level of play that it's consistently. It's like their next 4 games.
You're
They're
cutting.
gonna.
You're cutting out a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, you're cutting out.
Their next 4 games, like I really couldn't tell you which one. They're all gonna be close against GE. I'm gonna favor GE like 55-45 because I know it's gonna be close. But like if either team, I would be shocked.
Mm.
That's
I mean,
really
yeah,
all I got
makes
though.
sense.
Yeah, I agree
Sorry,
with
go
what
on.
you guys are saying. I think this game is also going to be pretty close. My thing is, uh, I just, I think if Boom play how they did for Shenchi, they're going to win. I don't think Boom is going to play like they did for Shenchi because I
It's
think
unrealistic.
Berserk's and Famous and most of like Boom's players are very inconsistent. And, like they can have performances like they did versus Genji where they all pop off and they play crazy, but then they also have performances where they shit the bed. And until I see that they can play this good multiple games in a row, I I just don't think they're gonna play as good. I want to have more faith in a team that like I think GE is very stable. I really like their fundamentals. Their fundamentals looked amazing. Their player quality is still really good. I think Patrick Hu, despite being like the lowest like fragging player, like the lowest rated player, he still like did his role really well, and I think he's only gonna get better. I like think their coaching and the strats like on both teams are pretty good, but I think GE like they have like a more complete map pool from what I've seen. Or I guess that's not fair to say, but I don't know. I feel like GE is like the safer option, where Boom is like more of like an up and down option. Um, yeah. So that's my reasoning.
All right. Then let's.
But wait, before we switch, there is one thing that we should talk about with GE. We didn't touch on before
Oh
was
yes.
the head
Uh,
coach Juvenile has been removed from VCT Pacific content apparently
It was he was
because
off
he was
the
horny on
podcast, right?
Twitter.
yeah, the coach timeout thing, the content that Pacific were doing. Let me pull it up.
Oh yeah, what happened? I'm not aware of.
Okay.
Yeah, this
So
is a math material thing.
okay, so they uploaded a video with Juvenile in it. They took the video back. Let me just put the link to the video. The original video had Juvenile in it, but then they removed it, and I think the reason for that is Juvenile was just being horny on Twitter. Like that's it. Like he was shooting a shot way too often. I don't know if it counts as specific content, but I just thought it was funny. So I thought I had to
If
mention it.
that's true, like he's actually been removed. That's so funny. I mean, like,
Like, they re-uploaded this video. They had Juvenile in it originally.
let's watch it. Let's watch this.
Wait. Give me a second. I just need to.
I don't blame him.
Oh
Like,
shit.
I mean, I don't think
He
he's.
did
Bro,
do
he's
anything
shooting his
wrong.
shot. You know,
He
might have
didn't do anything wrong. He just has terrible
Might have been a
game.
bad shot, but oh yeah, this video Chobra, my goat.
Timeout.
Or should we skip to like a specific portion or?
Yeah, is there like a specific part?
No, he's just been removed. Like there's no
Oh.
mention of him.
Oh, he's just not in this video. Oh.
Yeah, like he's in the original video he walks down, but it's been cut out.
Oh, it's been cut out.
Yeah.
Oh, he's like been completely cut. Oh,
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Okay.
Damn.
Damn.
Here's some advice for you. If a pickup line is not working multiple times, maybe you should try a different one.
You mean like
I don't
DM
know.
a different girl or just like
Maybe try a different pickup line on a different girl. Oh, no.
I think it's easy. I think it's easier just to find a girl. That's it. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh no.
Okay.
They keep using this. Hey, everybody has like their own type, you know. Eventually, the line will work. I don't. Wait, what was
Yeah,
the
but,
line? What was he saying?
It was
Before I keep
Uh,
going, I need to
it
know
It was
what he was
something like
saying.
coaching, and it was like he was offering them coaching, and then he was offering to fly them out, something like that.
Oh,
And
was
they're-
that
they're-
was that what the VLR people were saying? I was gonna fly you out for coaching.
Yeah,
Oh.
And he's wait, hold on. They're in Seoul, right? That's where the games are.
yeah.
Yes, Seoul.
Yo, I would take that deal.
Oh.
Yo, that is a W line. I would take that deal. Fly me out for free for Seoul. I get free coaching and I get to like visit the place. As a W line, I would take that deal.
I'm sorry, but he's not saying that to you.
Well, I don't care who he says it to. I would take that deal. That's just me.
Yeah, I don't know. If you're saying that if
I just look up
Juvenile
Juvenile.
DM'd you on Twitter, what would
You can see
you
the
take
pic
him up on
from
his offer?
bottom.
I would
Juvenile.
take him up.
I just think it's the funniest thing ever.
Okay, let's move on then to Genji.
Anyways,
DFM. Yeah. Anyways, let's move on to Genji DFM. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think even if even if Genji played bad, I don't know. I just don't have faith in DFM at all. I think DFM have just regressed to perform for like 2023 for me.
12th place team. That's all I'll say.
Anyone else?
DFM
Any
is
thoughts on
bad.
this?
It's there's not much to say. Just DFM don't look good. Genji look somewhat decent. I think. Yeah. I mean, you'd have to hope for this whole DFM squad to just wake up, drop 50, and then, that's all I'm seeing for this because.
I think like their win con here is for them to like all wake up and like play like how they did before.
Yeah.
Like, how they did like during the off season, and then also for Genji to play bad. Because if Genji plays good, I think DFM at their peak would still probably lose to Genji.
I just want you guys to know. I'm just putting it out there. Not really related, but Leviathan lost to this DFM squad 5-13. So
Yeah, no, but that was with the tank, and that was when Demon One wasn't on Viper.
Yeah,
Now that
Rossi's
Demon One's
100%
on Viper,
upgrade.
they're not losing.
Yeah, Lev is looking better with Lev is looking better with what do you call Rossi, right? For sure.
Yeah. I would say so.
Yeah, like a
I'd
bit.
say so, but
That's like hard to say.
yeah, you need to see
Hard
how
to
the roles
say.
play out more.
Yeah.
All right.
The only team they beat was like Furia, but
Let's move on to the
Anyway.
last pick'em of Pacific, which is RQ Zeta.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nothing to say. Zeta, bottom tier team. RQ, a pretty good team.
Yeah.
I can see an upset in the books, 70-30, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Because
I think
Zeta's
for the
not
upset
that
to happen,
bad.
RQ would have
Zeta's
to
not
play
DFM.
horribly.
I think
Yeah,
Zeta
so I
have
think
an upset
RQ would still
chance.
have to play that.
Yeah. Anything to add, Elyson?
No, not really. I mean, Zeta just gonna be the bottom team in Pacific.
You mean Team Secret is going to be the bottom team, and Zeta will be above them.
Okay, we're just hating. We're just hating now. We're just hating.
I'm not hating. I'm spitting facts. Okay.
Okay.
I'm just saying
Was
the
that it?
Uh, so that is it for
Yeah.
Pacific pick'ems, but we do have a little bit.
Now we have the thread of the week.
Yes.
The thread of the week.
All right. So I want to bring up two major threads that we can talk about this week. So let me just do this. Yeah. Okay. So the first one is this huge post about trans people in on VLR.
Can you zoom in a bit? I can't.
Zoom
Yeah.
in a bit. I don't believe I can.
Control plus.
Control plus. Oh, okay. Yeah. So let me read out the post. As a trans person, seeing how VCT viewers treat Floor makes it hard to keep up being a fan. I've been a lurker for a while, and anytime she comes up, I want to interact with this community less and less. Even when people are arguing over Floor's existence, people still misgender her, and they show that their arguments are in bad faith. At least don't try to act like you're innocent while you're refusing to grant basic respect to others.
Yeah,
I
I feel
mean,
like
you got that. I'll say it after.
you know what? I mean, I agree with this. I feel like there's tons of people on VLR that they're transphobic, racist, sexist. I mean, it's VLR, you know. But, I feel like especially when it comes to Flora, people don't really give her flowers. I think I honestly feel bad for her, as I think being in her position would be horrible because no matter what you do, if like she did in the game versus she played against Heretics, like she didn't play badly, you know, she played like decently, but she didn't pop off. and people are still calling for her head, saying that she's shit, that she should go back to GC, right? And like, I think no matter what she does, she's always gonna have criticism because of the fact that she is trans, and I feel like a lot of that comes from the VLR community. It's just kind of sucks to see. I'm glad that there actually are people on this post like shows there are actually nice people.
There's,
Elysium, what's your disagreeing opinion?
I think people need to like separate trans and all that away from like the player.
exactly. Yeah.
It's
I
like
agree.
I mean, Floor. It's just that people are like reflecting their political like and their personal opinions on how they feel about Floor, and like just let her play the game. It doesn't matter if you're to me personally, I don't care if you're a trans fan, male fan, black fan, female, like it doesn't matter. I just you're on a forum. I don't even see the reason to make this post, honestly.
I think
It
that
sucks, right? Being subjected to a high level of scrutiny from for something which is just irrelevant when it comes to esports. Like, who cares what you are? As long as you shoot hits properly, you have. I think it's just a dumb post. I think the gameplay is all that needs to be talked about a player. Unless of course they're doing something illegal in the background, I don't think that's okay. But like apart from that, I think it's just a dumb post.
I mean,
I don't think the post itself
don't think
is
the
done. I
post
disagree with
itself-
that. I think
Not the post. Okay, yeah, no, that
like
was
the
wrong.
people
But, like,
that post about
yeah.
or like criticize
the
her on
idea
that
of
fact
a
alone, like
player
not talking
being,
about her gameplay.
a trans player being treated differently, I think that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I think the post itself is fine. I think it's more that, I mean, I think I'm not saying like just because Flo is trans you shouldn't like talk about her performance or whatever, right? You should separate the player from like the personal life of the player and the performance of the player, right? I think you are free to criticize Flo for like anything, right? Maybe overheating, maybe I don't know, over like performance wise. I think that is fine. But when people try to make it like a political argument of like, oh, it's a female, or oh, it's a trans person, it's just like, what's the point, there's so many other things that you could be pointing out if you don't like Floor, right? But instead you target something that is, it's like just it's completely irrelevant, ridiculous thing, And I think
Another thing with this post, this was like a perfect bait post. I'm not gonna whether this is like meant to be real or not. This post got like 20 people banned, or at the very least like 10, because they were like close to.
Like, I feel like if you get banned, because you kind of deserve to get banned for this, no? If you like disagree with this, if you're like, you know what, I think that not being mean to trans people, like because they're trans, that should be okay. I think we should all be mean to trans people. Like
not for being trans, for being shit at the game.
Yeah, no, Floor isn't shit either, so like I don't get it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah, not shit, but like she obviously made mistakes against the game, against team.
Yeah, like she didn't play like amazingly, but she played decent,
Yeah,
I feel like. Anyway.
Yes.
Move on.
Let's move on, but yeah. So the next one I want to talk about is this amazing thread made by Column 1, which is VLR U Listening versus Flat Chat, right? So this is just this hasn't
been updated past week 1.
Yes, but
of week 2.
Yes, but I think it's just really cool, about like it has all the statistics. There is a little bit of inaccuracy here. Elisa does not actually have 6 out of 6. Okay.
I do.
No, you don't.
I want to hear the argument for why I don't.
Okay. Let me pull it
up. Because you picked 2 different.
Let me pick it up. Okay. I actually have to.
Also,
I need to log in on Discord. Okay, wait. Give me a second.
You have 10 seconds, or I'm right.
I have 10
also,
seconds.
it says I have 9 out of 14.
7.
And in reality,
6,
I have 15
5,
out of 24.
Oh,
so.
for fuck's sake.
3, 2.
I can't bring it up.
1. Alright, move on. It don't matter.
Yeah, but anyways, Elisa, what did happen is this guy. I showed Angrier Box. I believe it was Angrier Box. Pick'ems, because he said he wasn't going to be on the podcast, and then it turns out majority of them he agreed with Angrier Box, But he changed Sen to 100T because that's what he said. He was like, I didn't pick this, I picked 100T, and 100T lost to Sen. So Eliason 5 out of 6.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, for some reason, it also says I have
it's
9
no
out of
proof.
14 when I have 15 out of 24 at that point.
There's just
But, like,
no
I
proof.
think
How do
it's
you,
a good post. Column 1, thank you for this post.
Yeah.
We appreciate the support.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can I? So on the topic of VR, can I shout out a VLR user?
Go for it. Yeah.
He's in the Discord right now. I want to GrisX 2023. I'm gonna shout him out. I'm not gonna say why I'm shouting him out unless anybody wants to read the chat. That's it. That's all I gotta say.
Well, on Discord.
Yeah, on Discord.
Okay.
That's all I would say.
I mean, I guess.
I wanna.
Yeah.
I want to shout out the YouTube user Storage Recording for asking one of our other users if they're a fanboy and then asking if they could tap them.
That is completely valid.
Wait, what?
Yeah, scroll up in
Huh?
YouTube chat.
Oh, it's in the YouTube chat. Oh
It was
my
Cassie, who's another one of our amazing viewers, by the way.
Cassie's
Very
doing.
much.
Oh my
Cassie, are
God.
you a fanboy? Let me tap that.
Mad. Okay.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
Okay.
Cassie, if you want to. Anyway,
Yeah.
I think
okay.
that's it, right?
Yes, this is it. This
But
is
everyone-
everything.
Please join the Discord. Please subscribe. Please like.
Yeah.
We'll be back tomorrow at
We'll be back in like
10 hours from now. 9 hours and a half from now.
yeah.
And we'll be talking about China and E EMEA.
China email. Yes.
Braun won't be there though. So
Ron,
like,
Ron and Matthew here won't be there, but you can catch me and Hades. I want to thank everyone for being on the podcast. First of all, I think this was an amazing little run over here. I think we kept it
Thank you
very.
for having me.
Yeah, I think we did a very good job today. Okay. Thank you.
Definitely better than that. So
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye, guys.